Oh my god, it worked. Holy shit. It never works. How the fuck is everybody this morning? Good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. My head is killing me, man. My sinuses are fucked up today. Fucked up. Piss butt's good. She hasn't pissed her butt today. She's so full of energy, though. She's driving me a little bit insane. Just a little bit. Good morning, Sammy. How are you? I'm putting my earphones in. Sorry, guys. I put them in a little baggie so they don't get tangled. CK arrives precisely when they mean to.
Did you take your
You know,
joy today?
I'd love for
Never
that to be
forget
me.
To take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth
I'm
as
actually
it
kind of neurotic about being on time places. Like, I'll always be like 30 minutes early. Except when it comes to stream in my head. Oh well, what do you do? Good morning. How is everyone doing on this fine-ass day? I woke up to my cat singing to me the song of her people. She sang to you because she loves you. Those are facts. I'm already kind of warm. I might not need a hoodie today. Is it warm out? It said it was 33 degrees this morning. I feel warm. Might have to change. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna plug my phone in because that bitch is dying. Good morning, Slipsis. Good morning. My mouth died. Good morning, Daniel. I did not take my joy. Let's do that. Coffee toast. I whipped out my super hot mug today. Pyro, I really hope you don't get laid up like I did. Really, really. Oh my god, you met 3 hedgehogs and an awesome human? What a fucking good day, Andy. Cute. Cute. A coffee protein shake? Was it good? I might really have to change. I'm actually kind of hot now. Damn it. I tweeted. Did Twitter not go through? I totally tweeted. Yeah. Did it not go through on Twitter? Uh-oh. Really? That's not good. Oh, thank God. Okay, thank you, Crash. Sometimes it doesn't, so you never know. I was just curious. I'm always hot. Well, I actually feel like warm. Like I kind of want to go change. Would you guys mind? No, you wouldn't mind. Nobody minds. I'll be right back. I'm just going to change my sweater because I'm hot. I'm warm. Costume change. I got really hot really quick. I don't know. I think it's on my computers. It's like, it's not very hot in other places in the house, except where my computers are. It's pretty warm in this room, and I don't hang out in this room until I stream. So my bad. I didn't know. Crash. I'm fast, man. I get shit done. Sea lion. I may always be hot, but I'm not always sweaty. Well, that might not be true either. I don't know. I'm pretty sweaty. So how the fuck is everyone today now that I've cooled the fuck down? You're having a good day? Suspiciously good? You should go home, lock the doors.
Take your joy today.
No more people time.
Never forget to take your joy.
I just took it, Silverheart. Thank you for reminding me. I just took it. Everybody, cheers to your joy. Take that shit. Depressed. Militia, thank you for the 9 months.
Our child will be feasted upon. Thank you for the resub.
Isn't it great being just a sweaty person? I mean, it's better to sweat than not sweat. I think I've told this story before. One year we went to Arizona, and all my brothers are pale, blue-eyed, blonde bastards. They're gorgeous. And they all thought it'd be a great idea to shave their heads before we went to Arizona from Washington State. Like, they're Washington locals, no sun. And my brother Corey got such a bad sunburn on his head that the pores on his head shut, and his Literally, his head swelled with sweat, and we had to go to the doctor, and they had to aspirate it with a needle. It was fucking sick. Like, sick. Shall we cheers? I would love to. I cleaned my bong. Clean your bongs, guys. Dirty bong is disgusting. I mean, in retrospect, he deserves it. He's kind of a douchebag, but no one deserves it, but he kind of did. Kind of, Joe? Yes. Very similar. He was looking like a character from, like, Dragon Ball Z. Like, the top of his head was very swollen. Oh my god, Master John, how are you? Do you like my hair? Thank you. I cut it, or I dyed it myself. It's getting long, though, I noticed, because I have one brush that I can use when my hair's short, but once my hair starts to grow out, I can't use it anymore because my hair's so thick, it doesn't go through to my scalp. Like, I feel like I'm just brushing, like, the top layer of my hair. So I've officially had to move to the thick hair brush, so I know it's growing the fuck. Like, it's just, there's no scalp. I have no scalp, it's just hair. Like, Megamind, yes. Very similar. And to this day, he can, like, make dents in his head. He can push on his forehead and pull away, and he has, like, pitting edema just forever because his fucking head's stretched. His head skin. I have a trick down here. You were just outside with your dad. I'm not falling for that. Not falling for that one. Let's cheers, everybody. Let's start this morning? Day off well? I don't know. Cheers. Goodies. I'm going to write that down. It sounds like it's Excedrin without your stomach having to digest it. Goodies? I don't actually have like a migraine today. It's literally just my sinuses. I'm sure you can hear it. My nose is just plugged. It's just like rock hard in my face today. So it's just like this it's like a pressure in your face. My hair went from getting a fade 5 to 6 times a year to the Corona hair. Oh yeah. I cut my hair because of Corona. I had long hair before Corona, and when Corona happened, I was like, nah, I'm not going to live that high maintenance lifestyle. Fuck that. NSAID, so an NSAID, oh god, I can't remember what it stands for, but NSAIDs are over-the-counter muscle relaxers. So like Aleve is an NSAID. Aleve is the #1 med they suggest for women who have cramps because it's a muscle relaxer and will relax the uterine cramping muscles. Whereas like aspirin is a blood thinner. So if your pain is caused by swelling or pressure on an area or something like that, aspirin is your best bet. If your pain is caused by muscle tension, then an NSAID is your best bet. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, thank you. Nurses are the ones. Like, they know all the drug names. I know what they do, but I'm not a pro at the drug names, unfortunately. I've gotten the worst sunburn on my shins while on a river trip. I got double burned from the reflection. Oh no, off the water. That's really bad. The sun, they swelled to them. Oh my god, they swelled? Worst sun. I've only had like a handful of sunburns in my entire life. I really don't sunburn unless I'm very irresponsible about it, like hanging out on the water without sunscreen. But one year I went to the Cooley Dam in Washington to watch the fireworks for 4th of July. And the morning before, like, the morning of 4th of July, I fell asleep on the beach. On my back. Yeah. I think I was on my back. So literally just the front side of my body was like a lobster. I mean, it was so red that when we went to the show, the fireworks show, and we're walking around, people were commenting. Like, I was a little kid, and people would be like, oh my god, honey. Like, as they walked past me, that's how bad it was. But it just went away. I didn't peel or anything. D stands for drugs. Don't ever turn down free drugs, because drugs are expensive. Doesn't mean you have to take them. Started shaving my head when the pandemic started and still doing it, even the barbers have opened up. Dude, I hate getting my hair done, like, professionally. I despise it on such a weird level. I hate any situation where I'm forced to sit in a chair and not move for an extended period of time. Like, the movie theater is mildly torture for me. It has to be a really good movie for me to forget that I'm stuck in a chair. But like dentist, hair place, anywhere like that, I hate it. And unfortunately, when fucking you go get your hair done as a female presenting human, they take so long to do your hair. I mean, 5 hours. Why? I remember hearing several flu seasons ago that one should avoid touching their hair in case, because it can harbor viruses. Oh, absolutely not. No. Hair is dead, for one thing. Y'all know that. I probably don't have to tell you that. Hair is like fingernails. This is just dead keratin growing out of your body. That's all it is. Viruses, in order to survive, they must have a aqueous environment, a constant aqueous environment, and they must have a host cell. So unless you're bleeding on your scalp, like unless you have an open wound on your head or something like that, it's the same as someone touching your skin. The virus cannot penetrate your skin unless you have an open wound, right? Your head's no different. I can't cut my own hair, Yoshi. I just can't do it. I wouldn't. I'd fuck my hair up. Fuck it. I let it grow. I used to do that. Like, Zaquarion, seriously, when I started streaming 7 years ago, I had hair to my ass. Like, my hair was, I could pull up pictures of it from my streaming days. My hair was brown and gold. Like, it looked gorgeous. And it was these huge ringlets to my ass. And one day I was like, guys, I'm chopping it off. And I chopped it to here. I did like a cute little, like a pixie bob kind of thing. And I just keep going shorter. Ever since then, I just keep chopping that shit off. Mark, how was work last night? Any old ladies hit on you? Is your ass hairy? I dated a guy one time who, I swear to God, he had like pants of hair. Like hair pants. He was a native, so natives don't grow, like in general, natives tend to have no facial hair. They don't have any chest hair or anything. But literally from like his waist down, no, not even his hips down, it was like that thick. It was crazy. Do you really, Silverheart? That's how mine, big curls. My hair gets really curly. I think it was more like touching your hair than rubbing your eye or eating food. Not at all. Unless someone with COVID like coughed on your hair immediately before, it has to like, for instance, if someone coughs on their hand and grabs a door handle, the virus can only live on that door handle and be viable for transmission for about 30 seconds to a minute because the aqueous environment's going to dry up real fast and the virus can't live in air. It's not airborne. Remember at the very beginning of the virus, that was like the big argument. Everybody was like, it's airborne because nobody knows the difference between droplet and airborne, which is fine. You're not medical. You wouldn't know the difference. It's not airborne. Airborne is like tuberculosis. Tuberculosis does not need an aqueous environment to exist. It can literally just float around the room indefinitely until you inhale it and become sick. Those are the really scary ones. I worked at a TB clinic for my thesis. It was horrific. It was, that's like one of the saddest things you can ever see. I helped my guard buddy hit successfully on a really beautiful dancer. Hit successfully. So he didn't hit the dancer, hit on. Like, did he fuck the dancer? Because that's great. As long as we're not beating people. Aw, you had a Fabio main? Man. TB is scary shit, dude. I've read something recently that said it was airborne. No. It is, I mean, I'd put my life on it. It is not airborne. Trust me, if COVID was airborne, we would all be walking around in papper helmets. Like, we'd be you'd have to. Just to live, you'd be in a fucking papper helmet that has the plastic that sucks to your neck, and you have a little battery pack on your back that circulates air through it. No, you're fine. Mark, you're fine. Was that my phone ringing? Oh, my phone was ringing. That was weird. Hello? Who the fuck would call me? What? You made some of those, Cletus? No shit. They suck. Oh, a papper helmet? Papper helmets are thousands of dollars. That's big technology. Like, we don't even have very many in the hospital. In the hospital, we probably have 30 papper helmets total because that's how infrequently we need to use them. We literally only use them if you have a communicable airborne disease such as tuberculosis. you don't even, like, an N95 does not protect you from an airborne thing. So, like, you see what I'm saying? If it was truly airborne, we would be in bubbles. That's the only way we could survive. If it was airborne, every single person would have it by now. That's how bad it is. So just think of it on your own. Like, think of that process. Like, if it was truly airborne, do you really think there'd be anybody without COVID right now? About my car's extended warranty? Oh my God. Or my student loans that are back paid or whatever. Hi, Sigmoid Drill. How are you, love? We would be in so much trouble if that shit was airborne. Yeah, that would be, I mean, there's a reason the TB shit went down the way it did. It was terrifying. Visibly looked identical to the Austin Powers Dr. Evil spacesuit. What did? Seriously? Oh, not so much a hard helmet, actually flexible vinyl. A hospital research place was designing a bubble helmet. Really? The ones we had, it was like, it looked like kind of like a Star Trooper helmet almost. It was it covered the back of your neck and it would go all the way around to here. And then you have a shield. And then at the bottom of the shield, you literally have to attach this, like, it's almost like, Tagaderm. If you guys know what Tagaderm is, it's like that really clear, sticky tape that they use to attach your IV to your arm or something. It's kind of like that, and you have that attached to the bottom, and then when you click the helmet on, the airflow starts, and it literally suctions up to your neck. So you have there is absolutely no exposure to the room, and you have a battery pack on your back that you clip to your pants or whatever, and that's what's causing the air circulation. So then you are now a closed respiratory system. You can walk in the room with an airborne disease. But a COVID patient, we're just wearing masks. Not Papper. I'm not trying to, like, lecture anybody. By the way, I know you guys are smart. I'm not trying to make you feel stupid. Just encouraging, like, think about it on your own. Like, if someone says it's airborne, don't just look for another source to prove it wrong. Think about it, like, that doesn't make any sense. Like ivermectin. Millions of people have taken it and claim it's doing something. But if we really think about what ivermectin is, it's meant to kill parasites like lice and scabies, which are not viruses, which COVID is a virus. Viruses do not infect parasites. That is not a host. That's not a viable host for COVID. So there is, like, you know, you just use your common sense. Like, that doesn't make sense. That's not real. Does aspirin help with what? COVID? No. The only thing that helps, quote unquote, prevent a virus is to not contract the virus, is for everyone to stop contracting the virus so the virus dies. Like, literally eliminates itself. Because a virus isn't, in fact, alive. It is like a zombie. And it must have a human host in order to replicate. So if human hosts would all go get vaccinated and stop getting infected, we could effectively eliminate a lot of strains of COVID, if not all of them. Actually, last year, we effectively literally killed off on accident 3 or 4 different strains of the flu on accident because people didn't go out. So those flu strains had no hosts, so they just went away. Hi, Charlie. How are you? If I get an airborne disease, if you get an airborne disease, you're going to be in the hospital. That's going to be a bad day. Got to starve it out, literally. Yep. We literally kind of have a zombie. I mean, that's what viruses are, literally. They're very scary creatures. Viruses, so like a normal cell in your body has a nucleus, and the nucleus protects all your DNA so that other things can't fuck up the way it's read, because every single cell in your entire body holds the instructions to make your entire body. The DNA in that nucleus, literally, we could take one cell from you and we can read your entire DNA chain. So the nucleus protects that DNA chain, makes it so no matter what, it will always reproduce the way it's supposed to in a safe manner. Viruses don't have a nucleus, nor do they have DNA. They have something called mRNA, which is like volatile, mixed up, crazy DNA strains all together. And when that virus fucks your cell, it literally injects its mRNA into the nucleus of your cell. And your cell, as a way of protecting itself, lyses. It explodes. It goes, no, we're not going to allow this to happen. And it explodes, unknowingly reproducing billions of new little viruses inside your body. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Viruses are scary shit, and the only way to make them go away is to stop getting infected. Sorry, I hate COVID. I'm so upset. That aspirin can help treatment? Well, treatment of COVID is much different than prevention of COVID. Treatment of COVID is seriously all over the place. Do you guys know what Ecmo is? Endocorporeal membrane oxygenation. That's what happens when you get COVID. It's not aspirin. Your lungs become so rigid and hard that we can't ventilate you anymore. So instead of putting a ventilator on you, because if I tried to ventilate you, your lungs would pop and rip in half, you would die. So instead of ventilating you that way, what we have to do is we take 2 hoses that are like this thick. I'm not kidding. They're enormous. I think they're thicker. And one goes up into your ribs and one goes up under your ribs and they go into your heart. And we have a giant machine that oxygenates your blood and bypasses your lungs because that's how sick you get from COVID. Ecmo. Like, it's the most serious, fucked up, like, it's the Hail Mary. It's the, we can't save you anymore. Your body has to do it or you're gonna die. So we put you on Ecmo and we hope to God your body heals itself. Ecmo is one of the scariest things I've ever done in my life. And there is nothing like going into a dark patient's room and bumping up against one of those hoses and it's hot because it's human temperature and it's just full of blood. It's sick. That's what happens when you go on COVID. That's what happens if you're hospitalized with COVID. That or you die. I mean, my mom tells me stories all the time of people just screaming, "Don't touch me with the ventilator because then it's COVID." And they just die. Like, just because they don't want to admit they have COVID. It's crazy. Hi, penis. Dumbass cells, dude. Our body's amazing, but also really stupid. Just throw me into the ocean. That's me too, sea lion. Like, if I get COVID to the point where you're going to ECMO me, please just put me in the forest and let a bear eat me. You don't come back from endocorporeal membrane oxygenation. Like, literally, like, scientifically what we're doing is we're vibrating your body trying to oxygenate your lungs without, instead of expanding your lungs, we're literally doing this, hoping to God something happens. Don't get COVID. Please stay safe. Like an animal video to help those that don't understand. Anyone remember that cartoon Bill? I'm a Bill on Captain Hill? No. I don't remember that one at all. What was it? I love the fact that every time I come in here, you're dropping some serious knowledge. Dude, I feel like I'm so preachy sometimes, Lady Wolf. I try not to be. I never want to be that preachy cunt. Ever. But if any of you get COVID and die, I'm going to feel like it's my fault because I didn't preach enough or something. Like, I don't know. Cheshire Jellyfish and Horizon Gunner with those motherfucking resubs. Thank you for resubbing to the class, keeping the classy alive and giving an anus its wings, motherfuckers. Because COVID kills you. Every virus is different. Literally. Like, if I get infected with COVID, now the virus is different. Every single time the virus infects someone and passes on to a new person, it's now mutated, and we can't chase it at that rate. That's why there's booster shots already, because people are still getting infected. Like, we can't get people to get the fucking shot. And if people just keep getting reinfected, the virus, it mutates beyond what we can chase down and try to make a vaccination for. You know what I mean? Thank you, Wolf. Oh, exactly, penis. That's the thing a lot of people don't realize is like 100% of patients that have COVID, if they die, they do an autopsy. And these patients, every single major organ system in their body is littered with blood clots. Every single major organ system. Littered. Hundreds of thousands. Innumerable numbers of blood clots in your body due to the deoxygenation and the harm that COVID does to you. So even if you survive COVID, the likelihood that you're going to throw a blood clot and get a heart attack is like 10,000% at some point in your life. And most people getting COVID are not the peak of health, unfortunately. Viruses are like apples, kind of. Hi, Paigey. How are you, love? I love animation stuff, but the problem is that it's so easy to make that people make it for the misinformation. You know? Charlie, same. It's flu plus plus and its mutation rate. It's crazy fast. Like, what people, I wish science was pushed more in school for kids and stuff, just common stuff. Like, the vaccination you and I are getting today, they've been working on for 2 years. So what the virus is today, just think of all the infections that have happened in the past 2 years. That's how many times it's mutated. Millions. That's impossible to chase. People have to stop getting infected. Good morning, Sarah. How are you, my love? You can clear blood clots, yes. A couple, yes. But hundreds of thousands littered throughout your entire body from COVID, that's probably not going to be a good plan. Like, that's a whole ball game. We have lots of different ways to clear blood clots, but if every single major organ system in your entire body is littered with them, are we going to remove all your organs? Like, what are we going to do? We can't literally give you that many blood thinners. You'd die. Lots of people survive corona, but you never survive it and come out 100%. No one's 100% after COVID. Like, it takes a toll on your body, especially if you end up getting ventilated in the hospital. Ventilators do so much barotrauma to your lungs and the parenchyma of your lungs that you're going to feel like you have emphysema the rest of your life just from being on a ventilator. Hi, Miniman. I finally figured out, ClassyKatie, you are the friend no one asked for, but everyone needs. Oh my God. Is that a good thing? I really hope to not get COVID. I got all my vaccines. I got everything. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to make other people sick. Because, like, I am a healthy adult. I would probably survive COVID. But if I infected someone else who was immunocompromised close to me in my life and killed them, I would want to die. That which doesn't kill me only makes me stronger. I can't. I cannot with that shit, sea lion. They don't take... Why aren't people getting the vaccine at your work, Yoshi? What? Yeah, your body can heal over time, but only to a certain extent. It's kind of like, you know, if you smoke cigarettes for 20 years and then you quit and you're like in your 40s, let's say, 40s or 50s, your body will heal your lungs up to a certain point, but there's a certain amount of damage that's permanent. It's nothing your body can do anything about anymore, so it's going to work around it. So, like, this is a really cool fact, actually. This is one of the weirdest, like, science-y things I know. So if you are over the age of 50, you are more likely to survive a heart attack than me. Because as you grow older, because of the plaque building up, everybody has plaque in your arteries, just from life. The plaque building up, the stress from exercise and exertion, all of that, your heart actually grows extra vessels around the heart to feed the heart. So you guys know you've got your heart, and you've got blood that goes out to the lungs, gets oxygenated, comes back to the heart, and then the heart distributes it to your whole body, right? Via the aortic. Your aorta comes out right here. It's big. So there's vessels all over your heart that feed your heart. Your heart needs blood too. It's a muscle. So when you're born, you have 4 or 5 vessels going around your heart. But by the time you're 50 or 60, you could have 14 different vessels going around the sides of your heart, feeding it. So if you have a heart attack, which is a clot blowing loose somewhere in your body and clogging one of those vessels that feeds your heart, chances are there's another one that can still feed oxygen to that portion of the heart. Whereas if I had a heart attack, I don't have as many of those extra vessels because I'm not as old. Chances are there's not any extra vessels going to that portion of the heart, so that portion of the heart will quite literally die. Like, it just dies. That's what a heart attack is. It's heart death. Like, it stops going. It's really scary. But if you're older, you survive more. It's weird how that works, right? Like, some things are better when you're younger, but some things are better when you're older. Bodies are crazy. Zager, thank you for the resub, lover. Sorry, I was on a fucking bender. Yeah, Marnix, my grandpa survived a AAA, dude. Crazy. You won't ever grow a new lung. This is true. And you don't grow new parts of your heart. Certain COVID denialists seem to have that their body will just heal anything. This is also a part of the weird-ass QAnon alternative medicine nutters. You know, Neuro was in chat with us yesterday, and him and I were both bitching. It's like, he went to, 11 plus years of school to be a neurosurgeon. I went to 9 plus years of school to be a chemist and a respiratory therapist. But these people who, like, I'm not saying they're stupid, but they did not go to 9+ years of medical school. And they're like, I'm going to go do my own research. And it's like, it's insulting. Like, I went to school and paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to make you healthy, but you're going to deny all of that and go look at Twitter. Okay. Good morning, Eliza. How are you, love? Thanks for all the information. I live in the South and it's tough here with all the ignorance. People are watching family die, making excuses and still not taking proper care. My heart goes out to you, honey. One of my best friends kills zombies. He's one of my mods too. He lives up in PA. His grandfather just passed away of COVID and his family still won't get the shot. And it blows my mind. Science is trying. We're growing meat to eat. Hidden pneumonia, walking pneumonia. You probably had walking pneumonia. Yeah, walking pneumonia is pretty gross. Exactly, that's the problem. Like, your body will fight it, but in that process, your body starts to kind of fight itself and causes harm. Like, your body will start to shut down certain organ systems to optimize other ones. Like, your kidneys will just shut down, and that's your body doing it because it's like, fuck, we can't do anything else about those. Let's focus on the liver. Like, your body's got a brain. It's pretty crazy. But God will... Sea Lion, do you ever... This woman, at the very beginning of COVID, she was hanging out the window of her car. She was like... It was right at the beginning of quarantine, and this song is crazy. It was right at the beginning of quarantine, and she was going to the church or something, and a reporter stopped her and said, ma'am, you're out during quarantine when everybody's supposed to stay home. Why aren't you afraid of the virus? And she was like, the blood of Christ protects me. Nothing gonna touch me if I got the blood of Christ in my heart. Which to this day, I still wonder if blood of Christ helped her. I don't know. David! My voice cracked. Hi, David. How are you, love? Really, Yoshi? Wow. Arm is sore, but not super bad. Thank fuck. That's the opposite effect of brain stuff. It's much more flexible when you're younger, so it's easier for children to overcome brain injuries. True. By all means, do your own research, but do so in consultation of your doctor. Exactly what Kino Goal said. Because I think, like, people, it's crazy. It's so polar. Like, either they're, like, I always try to get people to be their own advocate. Be your own advocate. A doctor is your employee. You're literally paying them for a service, right? If your doctor is not making you feel better or doing a service for you, leave, find a new one. Be your own advocate, but within reason. You must respect that doctors absolutely know more than you and I. They know more than most people. They're very smart. They went to school forever to learn everything about your body. But all of them did. So maybe one is not following the pathway you want them to follow. But that doesn't mean, like, hunting for a doctor that's also anti-vax. Dude, your drawing this morning was so fucking pretty. I loved it. It was such a mood. It made me smile. You ever have one of those moments where you don't even realize it, but you smiled like an idiot at your phone? That's what your drawing did to me this morning. My best friend's dad's allergic to iodine. We all made sure to get vaxxed as soon as we could. And why wouldn't you? I would too. So I work in a medical lab. Wash your hands, educate yourself, and make healthy habits. Or you're going to have to send me blood, PPE, or saliva. Please don't send me this stuff if you can prevent it, please. Yes. I saw one of the late night guys the other night talking about how people are starting to, like, howl or clap at 8 p.m. or something again. Because people are like, oh, the nurses, they're all so tired. Let's clap for them at 8 p.m. when they start their shifts. You know what nurses would really appreciate? If you got the vaccination. You only have to do it once. You don't even have to do it every night at 8 o'clock. And the rest of us can sleep. Oh, you replied, oh, I'm excited. We had a local doctor that was retired after the medical board found out he was suggesting that older people not get the vaccine. What the fuck? We have a church right near my house with a sign that says COVID-19 or Jesus. You decide. don't get it. I mean, literally, I've seen like fucking every like big religious leader publicly say, get the vaccination. God wants you to. Like all of them. The Muslim leader, the Pope, all of them have said it. What are these people making up at this point? What the fuck? Chiropractors. Ugh. I could go on. That said, there also needs to be more efforts in the medical community to deal with quacks, like fucking chiropractors signing COVID exemptions or doctors blankly prescribing. Guys, this is no shame on anyone out there who's a chiropractor. There is absolutely no science to popping bones. And not to scare anyone, but if you get into medical school, everyone graduates. If you can pass the MCAT and get in, everyone graduates with their MD. Even if they get D's and F's. But those ones become chiropractors. I'm going to take a break before someone comes at me. Hose. I almost couldn't get the dogs inside, but there was no squirrel. It doesn't make any sense. Ugh. Hold on one second. I left my water. Anyways. Rod! Oh my god, are you still in California, you crazy? Dude, thank you so much for the resub. Oh my gosh. This one shall be named Figgis. Oh my god, that's such a good name. Hydrate, everyone, before you dihydrate. ZL, what happened? What's a super spreader event? The fuck? It was a little bit of a holiday version of Bitches and Hoes. Yeah, I don't know why I did the holiday version. Getting ready for the wedding? Nice. I cannot believe... So, Rod got me a gift. I don't want to tell you guys, though. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. Unless Rod already told people. Did you tell people what you got me? I don't want to tell them. I want to open it on stream because it's really exciting. I peed my pants a little bit. Just a little bit, though. It was. I actually really like Christmas music. As long as I grew up going to Catholic church on Christmas all the time. And it's not that I'm like religious, but there's something about like the nostalgia of it. It's beautiful music. If you get a good choir singing some of that music, it's just gorgeous. You told Eliza? Okay, Eliza, don't tell anyone. I want to open it on stream. Erican. How are you, my love? Speaking of COVID. Bunch of anti-vaxxers grab-assing en masse. That's gross. Right, the hymns are I think they're really beautiful. If you just step away from the fact that it's religious, some of them are just gorgeous. I went to a Irish Catholic church, of course I did. Literally, the one I was baptized at, that's the one I went to my whole life, which was very bizarre. But they had a beautiful, their choir was old, like it was established. And the music, I mean, when you get the echoes in those chambers, oh man, they're beautiful. Bye, Rod. I love you, Honeybean. Have a good day. Have fun at the wedding. Is that an oxymoron? Have fun at the wedding. Maybe. I picked up some new games, and I was thinking we could try one today. I got one called Rogue Lords. It looks like it's a kind of like a Dark Souls kind of, or not Dark Souls, Darkest Dungeon-ish. Like a dungeon crawler, you make a team. I thought that'd be fun. Name people after chat. Do you have fun at weddings? Honestly, I can't remember the last wedding I went to. But I always end up getting drunk. I just end up so, like, I feel really awkward around people I don't know. And I'm always, like, I think I've been in most of the weddings I've ever gone to, like a bridesmaid. And I just don't know anybody. So I get really nervous. I never played Monster Train because that fuck back there played it to death. People take it way too serious. Oh my god. Some of the weddings I've been a part of, like, The brides melt down over the weirdest shit. And then after the wedding, they realize how weird it was. But during the wedding, like, the seating arrangement is like the end of the world. Some kids set up a GoFundMe to have a private homecoming event, and they got over 1K, and that works out to 200 plus kids at $5 a head. They had to show the kid... What? I cannot wrap my mind around that. What the fuck? Okay. Gross. I also got a game called Pause. It looks really cute. You're a cat or something. I think it's like an exploratory game. I don't know. It looks cute. It had good reviews. Has anybody played Pause? P-O-W-S. Paw. Yeah, it's got very positive reviews. Pause is a standalone single-player adventure platformer set in a world of Shelter 2 with loss and friendship as its central themes. I don't know what Shelter 2 is, but the game looks really pretty. So I picked that up. I just got some stuff that was on sale that was like on my wish list. What else did I get? I got... Oh, there's a game called Arise, and that one looks really good. It's like a story platformer kind of thing. Set out on an emotional journey through the bittersweet lives of two people where memories come alive and time bends to your will. Lose yourself in moments of happiness and overcome every hardship as you relive your life's story. A story of joy and sorrow. It has very positive reviews. Yeah. For the King, I don't think so. For... Wrong keyboard, Katie. I own it. Have I played this? I own it. I must have bought it. Probably because you suggested it to me and I just haven't played it yet. In other news, my allergies died last night. Oh, that's good. My mom was a bit flustered for her wedding, but she did make all the food and even her own wedding cake. That's really cool. That's how my parents got married in their backyard. It was barbecue. It was really nice. Mine, man, I've been okay. Lilith's been sick, so a lot of my life has been, like, cleaning up shit. Bish, when can I make you play A Hat in Time? I don't own it. Can I get a code? I love Redwall. The books? Oh, yes. Adorable animals that are warriors? Yes. Abso-freaking-lutely. So I already own For the King. I guess I just haven't played it yet. Let's see. Tales of Iron. That sounds really familiar. Wrong keyboard. Oh, this is on my wish list. Is it good? This is on my wish list because it looks like a lot like Darkest Dungeon, but it's like adorable mice. It just hasn't gone on sale, but I have looked at it and it's definitely on my list. She's okay now. Yeah, she actually never acted weird. She was never tired or lethargic. She never stopped eating or drinking. She was totally normal other than peeing out her butt for 3 days. Hippie Smiles. If I had IRL friends, I would because I own a lot of board games. That being said, I don't. So I don't. Somnium Files? Huh. Mel, I don't know. It's kind of, not really my jam. Oh my god, Reaper. Tales of Iron is good. It's good, but it's more like 2D Dark Souls than Darkest Dungeon. Oh, really? But I mean, I like that. It looks really... I love the colors. I'm just looking at it. Do you guys want to see it? This is what I'm looking at right now. The colors look really cool. It's just... it's on my wish list. I'll probably pick it up when it's on sale. I never buy anything full price because I'm a cheap ass. I do have Scott and Bree, but they have children. And getting people with young children to not have their children in their presence is impossible. Playing a board game with an 8-year-old and an 11-year-old in the room, impossible. Hi, Hescape, how are you? Yep, Marnuk, same. I love board games. I grew up playing a lot of board games with my family, so I'm just, like, big on them, but no friends. Steam froze? Boo! Ciel, I'd be stressed, too. No, that is not trauma dumping. That's telling your friends something you're angry about. I completely sympathize. That is fucked up. I completely get it, honey. It's just... Yeah. I love roguelites. As someone with children the same age as Scott's but flip genders, I get that, right? And it's not about, I love his kids. They're hilarious. I love to spend time with them, but trying to do like an organized thing like a board game with them in the room is never gonna happen. They just never stop talking. Lilith and I were similar the last 3 days. You were peeing out your butt too? No! I think she got some water up in the mountains that gave her a little case of Giardia or something. Madrid, that's exciting. 13 is about the age they can actually sit still and learn things. Oh, he played it on Indie Day? Oh, I'll ask him. It's been on my wish list forever. I just am cheap. LDL test writes a bird onk in the eye of Horus. Dude, my handwriting sucks. See, Sarah, I think that's really cool. I don't know why people don't do that. Weddings don't need to be as, like, intense as some people make them out to be. Like, some people take their wedding vows a little to the extra. Like, I've seen people, like, break down. Like, physically break down during their weddings because something wasn't perfect. And I'm like, bro. Let's look at my wish list, see if anything's on sale. Good morning, Brock. How are you, love? Oh, Madrid. He wants to be left alone now. Doesn't that suck? Your kids go from being annoying to never wanting to be around you. This is a horror game I've been looking at. Absolov, did anybody play that? Trying to catch up, sorry. I'm gonna burp. Nope. Yep. Is it short? I don't like too short of games. This is one that I wanted to pick up, Faye. This one looks really cool. It's only like $4. But it looks like a cool, like, maybe a little bit of a platformer. Hi, Asidious. How are you, love? Ooh. Oh, Maid of Skirt. I asked Zeke about this one. He said this one wasn't great. Do you guys remember if he played this one? I'm not talking to you, phone. Shut the fuck. Get out of my life. My phone. I didn't understand that. Get out of here. Ooh, this one I've had. Has it really... Just let me know if you've played any of these games. This one had really bad reviews. I looked at them. I've been to so many fucking weddings. Oh my god. I've been in so many weddings. Like, so many that I'm almost positive. Ooh, this is a game I really want to play that I hadn't picked up. They control the fuck out of their kids. Just let them make their own decisions and do things they want. Well, they need guidance, though. I think it's a balance. Like, you want to guide your child to do the smart, good choices, but at the same time, like, learning the hard way isn't always a bad thing. Ooh, can repeated antibiotics kill your gut bacteria? Abso-fucking-lutely, yes. Anytime you take an antibiotic, you should be eating some sort of fermented product every day, like yogurt. If you're taking an antibiotic, you need to be eating yogurt, like a cup of yogurt every day. One that's like a real yogurt with real, like, acidophilus fucking what? This is what happens when I leave my Steam up. How dare you? Who did this? Oh, David! No, you didn't. Well, now we're gonna play Tales of Iron. David, thank you so much for the game. Thank you. A-City is good. Oh, Reaper, what? Oh, Bird Ask with the 5 months.
Thank you, honey, for the resub. How you doing, boo-boo?
Like a good Greek yogurt. Yep. Like a good, like, local dairy Greek yogurt. Especially if you have a vagina. Vaginas, they are their own ecosystem of natural flora, natural bacteria that keeps your vagina healthy, keeps you from getting yeast infections, keeps you from getting bladder infections. Vaginas are very magical. And anytime you take an antibacterial, it kills all of it. Literally wipes out your natural flora. So people with vaginas can get yeast infections rampantly when they're on antibiotics, things like that. Also, in case you were wondering, antibiotics nullifies birth control. I feel like I just have to say that. If you're on birth control, a hormonal birth control pill, and you take antibiotics, your birth control will not work the entire time you're on antibiotics. You'll get preggers. Don't do it. Madrid, thank you for that Prime sub.
Use your Prime sub.
Bezos makes like $1 million a second or something crazy like that. Don't do that. Vinegar is really good. So anything that is a fermented product has natural bacteria in it that can help replace the bacteria in your stomach. No shit, Glut. That's terrifying. No, thank you. Oh, cake. Try getting some yolk. You know, honestly.
419 tipped $5. CK, I hope that one day Rod impregnates me with his Skynet eggs and his babies burst out of my chest screaming, "All hail Gizmo, all hail the Dank Lord," and afterwards we play a fun game of genital jousting using my new chest puss as a weapon. You woo.
Tummy sticks! I love you. When do I get birth control? Right, David? You know they approved a birth control for men in the 80s, but it made their libido go down and it made them feel icky. Where are they? I take a probiotic pill every day because my tummy tends to get fucked up because I don't eat enough. Are they? I don't know where I put them. I took one this morning, but I take one every day. Hydrate before you dehydrate. Clean rat smegma? Nope. Thyroid meds can? Really? Ugh. David, honestly, I thought it would do it to me. It didn't lower my libido at all. Like, I still just want to hump anything I walk near. When I was on birth control, like, some women, it kills their libido. It makes them get acne and fat. For me, nothing. I was looking forward to it. I know. I think it just depends on your body. In the 90s, Magic the Gathering was released, which is kind of the same thing. Kind of. Yeah. Ooh, Discord DMs? Okay. I don't have it up on my computer because I uninstalled it last night. Obviously, I couldn't get Discord to do anything. So I uninstalled it again. Nerds! I know. I'm going to download this game that David just gifted me because I want to play it real bad. It looks fucking cute. I love animal. Like you guys know, I'll play fucking any animal or any game that has cute animals. Excuse me. To dream the way. Wrong lyric. Download it, bitch. We're installing. Yes. Like fertility drugs? That's terrifying. My one boy had a urethral abscess removed. It burst at the end of surgery, and despite flushing, he has more. Now he's coming out in the smegma. Oh, poor little guy. His poor little pee-pee. I had a lizard who got I had a leopard gecko that got a tumor on its head, and I had to drain it forever. It was crazy. Oh, a code? Oh my god, thank you. I haven't played Webbed because I have a very special stream planned for it. Leopard geckos, when I took him to my vet said that they're like one of the #1 most inbred animals, so they get tumors a lot. But I actually, like, because of my job, I have a whole surgeon kit at home. Like, I have a whole first aid kit for surgery and stitches, so I was able to just take care of him, and he was fine. But the vet told me, like, if I didn't know what I was doing, they probably would have put him down. It was kind of sad. When you get a body like mine, it's not so odd that all it wants is to boink, but I have deadlines and stuff. Dude, there are days when I can't do anything else. It sucks. Being a one-stack mind. Where do you have Discord open that it says you're online in streamer mode? Where do you have it open? On my... It's not even on my gaming computer. My phone? No, streaming... I don't even have it on the stream computer. It says I'm online right now in streamer mode. Do I need to uninstall it on my phone? What the fuck? Why is this my life? That makes... I'm gonna uninstall it on my phone and reinstall it or something. That is just so fucking weird. It's just me. It's like I'm haunted by Discord. I'm uninstalling it and reinstalling it, 'cause fuck that. Remove. It shouldn't happen, but that's literally the... Other than my iPad. My iPad has Discord, but that wouldn't put it in streamer mode, right? What the fuck is this song? Out of here, ho. I'm creeped out. I feel like I'm haunted. That is creepy. But I don't even have... The weird thing is I don't have Discord installed on any of my computers right now. Not even Discord Canary. Like, nothing is installed. So that's why I'm like... How? That is weird. That's very weird. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to do like one of those file wipes. Like clean my computer. Maybe there's like... I don't know. That wouldn't do anything. That is... so weird. Hey, you want overtime hours? They heard you. Run. That is so creepy. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna pack a bowl and pretend that I'm not being haunted by Discord. That is fucking weird. I'm weirded out. That's weird. I'm haunted. Wash your hands, dude. Where was... Oh! When I was with my parents, we were driving up in the mountains and we stopped at a gas station to pee and get water. And I saw 3 people walk out of the bathroom and not wash their hands. 3 grown women. 3! It's already down. It's downloading right now. It's downloading. Oh, it's doing it. I don't think it's very big. It's almost done. I'm excited. We'll take a quick break before we start the game. Just so I can let the dogs out just in case Lil has to shit her pants again. We wash hands with butter. Butter is for coconut masturbation only. We know this. How many times do I have to tell the foul coconut story before you guys get it? Jesus. Well, I officially have Discord deleted off every device except my iPad. So my iPad's the only other thing, I guess, that would do something. But that is so... I just feel haunted. I really don't even have... There's no way that should be happening. Or daily testing. Good. Dude's in bathroom. Not gonna... Nah, not gonna wash my... Oh, my... No. What? As a mobile online thing? Yeah, so that's... I'm haunted. Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's fucking weird. And I hate it. Crispy. Thank you for the resub, love. How are you? I'm grinding weed. My grinder was a little... It wasn't smoothly moving, so I was just getting some of the shit out of the corners. Oh my god. Dude. Did you... Reaper, did you hear... I was telling people in New York City, there's like this... There was a phenomenon where the first year of COVID, New York proper only used like 1/3 of the normal water they use, and it's because people just stopped bathing. Senpai, how are you? It's 10 days for 6 years, dude. That's... Thank you for sticking with me through all of it.
Fohammer _419 tipped $5. CK, Last night I had a dream that I was all parts of the human centipede and was fed a steady diet of McDonald's and mucus until we exploded in a cloud of orgasmic mist, becoming part of the universe, getting inhaled by people. What does the dream mean?
We got any dream interpreters in chat? Help. Let's smoke some apple pie today. The dream means it lives. We live in a society. I hit 2 years with Alchemy, I think. Did I have a 24? I think I have a 24-month resub in her chat. Did you know she got a sub button yesterday? Alchemy did? Or the day before yesterday, technically. Automatically enable disable streamer mode if OBS or XSplit are running on this computer. Partner. What did I say? Well, I'm sorry. I know I'm old. In my day, you got partner and got a sub button. I'm sorry. I forget. I'm sorry. Oh my God. And then you check your britches waking up like, nah, I'm good. I've never had a shit my pants dream. I do have dreams where I have no pants on for some reason. Like I literally am just like puss out. I have a shirt on, like I have a t-shirt on. I think I'm totally normal. And then I realize there's a breeze and my vagina's out. I have dreams like that a lot and it's weird. Will you strangle me to death with your hugs? I mean, I've tried. You're kind of tough. 2 years. Yeah, I thought so. Because yesterday when I went to her channel, it said 24 months. Crazy. It's crazy that I've known Alchemy that long. Like, time just literally flies. I ground up some of this. It's called apple pie. Does it have a breakdown? Apple pie. It's a sativa and it says it's 27.86%. And that's all the info I get, I guess. Chicken fucking dinner! Yes! Foe. I'll keep working on your dream, okay, babe? Thank you for 14 months in a row.
I fucking love you, bitch.
Mrs. Cut is going to try vape for edibles. Oh, really? Nice. Awesome. Good. The CBD, I swear, it helps. CBD will, like, bring you down a little bit. There's an option in Discord security, allow access to NSFW servers. I thought those were against TOS, the terms of service. Falling dreams. I have those a lot. Like, you wake up because you feel like you're falling off your bed or something. Yeah, I don't like those. Metal Jazz. Well, I had to go live twice this morning, so it might have gone off. Our internet went out when I went live, like in half the house. So I went live and then canceled it and then went live because apparently I was live on Wi-Fi. Oh, that's true. It doesn't mean sex record. True, true, true. That's just what I think of. Because I'm gross, Eliza. Fuck. Oh, the game just finished. Awesome. All right. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back. We'll run an ad too, just to get it out of the way. And then we'll smoke a bowl and play this adorable game. Potentially adorable. It looks adorable. I'm excited. It's anything deemed as something you shouldn't look at work or you'll get in trouble. I mean, I have to say, I saw more private parts at work than I've seen in my private life ever in my life.
Hail Satan!
But I'm weird. I saw a lot of dicks. They've waffled a lot on the NSFW stuff. Yeah, for a long time it was just partnered servers. Dude, it's ridiculous. I've literally, like, there's a Discord server. I've told you guys about them. They're called Cesspool, and it's literally dedicated to just hating me. Like, they have a Discord channel that's just hating on ClassyKatie. And they would post, like, lewd pictures of me up there and not get in trouble with Discord at all. Like, I would report it, and Discord would be like, well, they deleted it already. People are very bored. Like, I am so not famous enough to have a group of people hate me in a Discord, but Sure. Oh, yeah. Oh, foe, it's bad. These people hate me. They hate me. I mean, like, death hate. Thankfully, I've always had a few people on the inside, so I always know what they're posting. I don't know. People get... I agree, David. It is so much more fun to be nice and build your friends up than to make a Discord to hate them. Their justification, they don't have one. Like, it was from when I played ESO. They made it originally because I made a comment about some ESO players. Like, in general, I was like, some ESO players are spoiled brats. And they took that as they are spoiled brats, which they probably are. And they did this. I don't know. I don't try to piss people off in general. Yeah, it's literally we hate carrots. Like, literally. It's... How bored do you have to be? That's what I'm saying. Like, you literally have nothing better to do. Nothing? Jerk off. Anything. Anything better to do than... What did I do? I'm just... It's because I exist. And I'm a female who won't fuck them. And in their eyes, that's my fault. Which is crazy. Angel, I'm sure there's people that hate me. And I'm okay with that. Like, you can't be pleasing to everyone. That's impossible. But to go to the point of hating me so hard to do that... I mean, it doesn't hurt my feelings. It's just weird and creepy. Like, if you follow me and watch everything I do, it doesn't matter what you say about me. You're a fucking fan. You're just a weird one. You know? I know, right, Eliza? That's what I'm saying. Like, the lewds they leaked was nice. Thanks, guys. Exactly, Suckus. Yes. I mean, you just get used to it. There's worse shit online. I don't hate anyone that much either. I've never in my life hated anyone that much. I don't even hate Trump enough to go forth and make a hate thing about him. Have good time, penis. I feel like I need a burp. Ugh. Ugh. For how much? Yeah. Yep. Masturbate. I call it jerk off when I say jerk off, Marnux, but I do mean inclusive, absolutely. Rub one out a little off the wrist. What's like a masturbate? I don't like the word masturbate. It sounds like tampon or menstruation. It sounds so medical. Is there like a gender neutral term for like, I just say rub one out because we're all rubbing a little bit, right? We're rubbing one out. Little off the wrist. We don't have pipes though. Like, if you have a vagina, like, squirting is pee. That's pretty much the only pipe you got going on in there. Disinterest is also so much more delicious than being mad at someone. Word. Dude. To add on to that, the best way to get to someone who really hates you, who, like, is trying to actively hate you, is kill them with kindness. I know that sounds really cliche, but it's so real. Just smiling and having a great time and continuing to be successful even though they're trying to rip your day down. It kills them. It literally kills them. Go fuck yourself. I like that. Self-love. Self-pleasure, yeah. Self-loving. Well, I mean, yes, so your urethra is a mucous membrane, just like your mouth and your asshole. So, like, your mouth salivates to keep it nice and moist, because otherwise it hurts. Your vagina self-moisturizes itself. So does your urethra, but your urethra is very narrow, so that moisture, the self-lubrication builds up. But it is not this much fluid. Like, if someone is squirting with pressure and it's spraying out of you, like, the squirt is probably about half a cc of fluid. The rest is piss. Well, no shame. Like, sometimes you come so hard your bladder lets go. If you're into it and your partner's into it, don't feel bad. But, like, let's not make up fake science for it. It's piss. Masturbating. Oh my god. All right, quick break just to run an ad, get it out of the way, and then we're gonna play Tales of Iron. I'm really excited. This game looks really cool. I love the animation style. It's so fucking cool. Like, hell yeah. I'm stoked. That's what towels are for. Exactly. Fluids go all over the place. Don't ever shame your partner for fluids during sex. Like, if your partner came, just be proud. Just be proud. You got your partner to come regardless of what happened. Can Katie not go medical mode for 15 minutes today? Should we time it? I could try. I try. I don't. Maybe.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK 100% honest, I'm frustrated because my dom just said I can't masturbate for a week since I haven't kept up with my self-care this week, so the masturbation talk drove me nuts, but I still love you all and still need Rod to be my gizmo daddy. Woo.
Are you in said week right now? You poor thing. I wish I could hug you. You poor baby. That being said, you probably deserved it. Oh, honey. This one's for you, bud. My baby. What about that study done that showed that during G-spot stimulation, the bladder filled with the fluid more rapidly than the natural production of urine? So first off, G-spot is not, it's like a mythical spot. There's no actual, like real spot that medically is significant. So in the way, so on a guy, you have your penis, and then the penis muscle literally goes, it's your chode, and then goes to your asshole. So if you ever watch a guy come from the back, their asshole sits there and like talks to you for a minute while a guy's coming. It'll be like bloop, 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 because that whole muscle is contracting to, come, right? So what happens with the anatomy of the vagina is that instead of having a penis, I have a clit. So all those nerves that are down the penis shaft are all centralized in the clit, but also those nerves go up the pubis to like, what is that area called? The pubis mound or whatever, like on top of the pussy, like right above the clit, like that area is all nerves. Like you can finger bang a chick and put pressure on that area and you can make her come indefinitely. And those nerves go all the way up around your bladder. And so when you're stimulating pressure, all your muscles in your body go and clench down, which can make you produce urine faster. But it could be lube. I mean, your urethra is a mucous membrane, just like your mouth, your butthole, your vagina. They're all mucous membranes, which must self-lubricate. And when you're horny, specifically, if you have a vagina, you get wet, right? So I think what you read isn't totally inaccurate. It probably has nothing to do with the G-spot because G-spot's mythical. It's just the nerve bundle and where that anatomy of that vagina put it. But the massive stimulation of pleasure is going to make excess of lubrication be produced, right? So if the urethra is a mucous membrane and it's going to produce an excess of lubrication, it's probably going to fill the bladder a little bit, right? It is not going to fill the bladder this much. That's not real. There's no way. Like, your body can't produce that much. You dry out. Yeah, not in the bladder, just in the urethra. Like, that's all there is. Bladder, urethra. Yeah, it's just their urethra, exactly. And sometimes when you come really hard, you pee. Like, girls, it's all those nerves and all that shit's in the same area. I hate gendered language. I don't want to say girls, but vagina-owning humans. You come really hard, no shame in the game. Like, just be proud you came. Half the women in the world, more than half, have never had an orgasm in their life. Never. They live faking it till they die. I'd rather piss my pants than dead, to be honest. 100%. Hell no. The anterior of the vagina. It's crazy because they're so, oh my God, Safi, bye, my love. How are you? there's a big, there's a lot of shame around not being able to orgasm. If you are a female and you're with a male partner and you say I can't come, immediately you feel like your male partner is gonna feel guilty, and your male partner is probably gonna feel bad. He's gonna be like, fuck, I can't make my partner come. And so all that shame and guilt around it makes it so people just don't talk about it ever. They're much happier faking it forever and then having that uncomfortable conversation. It's sad. So like, just be happy you came. That's all I'm saying. Cake, it's true. And I think that's because they know their bodies. I mean, I've always been very vocal. I will straight up be like, what do you like? What do you want? Treat me like a hooker, and then we'll get cutesy with it. Like, I don't want to waste time doing something my partner's not into. Isn't that sad, Eric? That's what I'm saying. Like, communication, communicate your needs, man. And there's nothing wrong with being communicative. It's when you wait, 6 years to tell your partner you've never came. That's when it's going to be a really awkward conversation. But communication, like, it can be sexy. Yeah, just say what you like, man. Or what you don't like. I've seen a lot of women go through just hell because their partner likes something they're not into. And they're like, man, I'm sore. Everything hurts. And I'm like, why did you do that? Yeah. Who wants waffles? I love waffles. Okay. Break real quick, and then we're going to play this cute-ass game, but we can keep talking about this stuff. This is really important, actually. Communicating with someone you're going to have sex with is so vital. So fucking vital. You're not going to have a great time if you don't. Kodiak pancake syrup? Is it real maple syrup? I'm a sucker for real syrup. All right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep talking if I don't. Break. I will see you guys in a few minutes, and then we're going to start Tales of Iron. I'm very excited. I love it. And I packed a very nice bowl, so pack a bowl to smoke with me. Bark at my neighbors, just one set of neighbors, incessantly, and I kind of think maybe that my neighbors are evil or something. Lord. I forgot to say, after self-loving and or sexy time, always pee. Always go pee. You ready? I'm excited. Let me put us into Tales of Iron. Excuse me. Dude, my dogs are... I trust a dog. I trust dogs. I do. All right. I'm excited. But this was before I lived in Baltimore. This was like, I want to say this was like 2012-ish. What they did was... What Johns Hopkins is doing is they're buying up property in Baltimore and clearing it out and building up nice condos. And then say when I was working at Hopkins, I could have gotten I think it was like a $24,000 down payment on one of those condos if I agreed to live in the city. Because they want you as close to the hospital as possible. So when they can call you in, you're there like in 2 seconds. Because usually when they're calling you in, it's an emergency, And they're doing that all over the city. And so it's gentrifying the city by proxy because we've already got the college there, and college kids always have mommy and daddy's money, especially if you can afford to go to Hopkins. And so that's gentrifying it on that side of the city, and then Hopkins buying up this land. And, sorry, my lips are really dry. Fuck, hi, Vile. I forgot where I was going with it because I just got into the ickiness of it all. Oh, okay. So what they did was Hopkins, what they were doing, they don't do it anymore as far as I know. I'm not sure what they do now. But when Hopkins was first buying up this property, what they would do is if there were houses on the property or apartments or whatever, everyone that lived there, they would give them a voucher for some amount of money that was a pretty good amount of money. They could literally go anywhere outside of the city to live. It was like their free pass. Go live anywhere else but downtown Baltimore. You don't have to live here anymore. And it was somewhere around 80% of the people that used the vouchers came back to downtown Baltimore because they just they don't know how to live outside of that anymore. They were raised in it. That's their life. And living outside of it, like, they felt judged and icky, and they felt they never knew they were poor until they were thrust out among the people that didn't live downtown Baltimore, and suddenly they all fucking felt like they were poor trash. And they were treated that way, and it was terrible. And so they all moved back. Hi, Viata. How are you, love? Is that how Detroit is? It's heartbreaking. Opposing viewpoints to the Holocaust. Is that faux? I believe it, and that's gross. Gerrymandering, is that the word for it? When it's all you know, yeah, it's just all you know. That's your world. Like, I would not want to live anywhere down in the nice parts of New York City. Like, nowhere, like Manhattan. I would feel uncomfortable. Even if I was a bajillionaire and I could afford to live there, I would be uncomfortable. I wouldn't feel like I had anything in common with my neighbors. I wouldn't have anything in common with my neighbors at all. The lifestyle they lead would be completely different from any lifestyle I fucking led. Like, I don't want to live there. I want to live around people who are like me. Normal, you know? Like, they got problems. Their dog barks. They smoke pot. They're normal. You know what I mean? Like, there's something to be said about just being comfortable where you live. Texas school administrator told teachers to include Holocaust book with opposing views when explaining new state law. What is wrong with the world? What is an opposing view to the Holocaust? Yeah, like the only thing I can think of is like neo-Nazis, the people that deny the Holocaust happened. That's the only like opposing view, which is wrong. That's wrong. You don't just get to deny history and make it go away. We're all very aware of what happened. I, for fuck's sake, visited Dachau. It is not made up. Trust me. Opposing view, they wanted to work in the camps. That is a view of some of people. I mean, wasn't it Kanye West who said, like, slavery was, like, partially on the fault of black people or something? Kanye West said that, a black person. Like, there are crazies all over. It doesn't matter what color you are or where you come from. But holy, I'm sick. Same. Fuck that. I feel that on such a spiritual level, Ghostbuster. Like, crazy does not discriminate. I am sick about that. What the fuck? And it says the guy apologized. Do you guys want me to read you this article? For those just listening, I know a lot of people come in and lurk while I talk. So it's not too long, but it's ridiculous. I like this setting. The music's perfect for this. A school district superintendent in North Texas apologized Thursday night after one of the district's administrators told teachers that if they have books about the Holocaust in their classroom libraries, then they should also include books. My mouth's watering like I'm gonna vomit. Then they should also include books that have opposing views of the Holocaust. At a training session last week, a school administrator with Carroll ISD in Southlake, Texas, tried to advise elementary school teachers on how to follow new district guidelines for the vetting of books. The guidelines were issued in an attempt to align with the controversial law in Texas that seeks to restrict discussion of race and history in schools. The training session was first reported by NBC News. After teachers expressed frustration and confusion over the new guidelines, Gina Petty, Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the district, it feels like there's something in my teeth that I am fucking eating today. What the fuck? Sorry. Executive Director of Curriculum and Instruction for the district invoked the Holocaust as an example of a historic event that would require a teacher to keep on hand other books with opposing views. Gina Petty. what gets me, this part, invoked the Holocaust as an example of a historic event. I crossface completely. I think like debate and arguing both sides super fucking important. But I've never come to a point where I'm having a constructive argument with someone over history. Know what I'm saying? Like, I've never been in the presence of someone who openly denied the Holocaust to argue its existence. But constructive conversation is like, I value that. I actually encourage my chat whenever we're talking about stuff when I'm not a pro medicine and shit. If it's not medicine, I encourage my chat to challenge me and argue with me because I don't want to spread false information, but I never want to live in an echo chamber in my life. That's the least healthy way to exist. That's why Trump is his fucking self. An echo chamber is not how you grow as a person ever. But like, the Holocaust? I'm really trying to wrap my head around that one. Right, Viata, same. But, like, on that same token, like, I would love to have a real conversation with someone who could actually explain to me why they voted for Trump and why they still support him. Because that would be wild. And I could be respectful. I'm very good at keeping a flat face and being respectful with someone, but I would love to have that conversation. And I am definitely an opposing view. Hard stop. But it's like... I don't know. Like, there's certain things that are arguable topics, like maybe politics, but like things you bring up, like homophobia, bigotry, racism, those are not arguable topics to me. Like, you're not going to be able to argue why you are, as a white person, allowed to use the N-word or something like that. Or you're never going to be able to argue to me that someone of color is less of a human than I am. I mean, I've got like 1% black in me. I look white, but would they care? No, because I look white. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, those aren't even arguable in my eyes. I would not approach someone who wanted to argue those. But other things, I'd love to have a healthy argument in general. I'm trying to think of something that is a healthy argument. I just can't come up with one right now. Ugh. You know what I mean, though? Maybe not an argument. It never turns into an argument in my eyes. Like, if I'm having a discussion with someone who disagrees with me on something, it's not an argument. It's more of a debate. Exactly. I love to debate with someone. I love it. I am the shit. Like, sometimes I'll debate with someone just for sake, because I'm an asshole. But not on anything like homophobia or racism. Fuck that. Never. That's shit you don't joke about. Yeah, I would never. But, like, I can't even think of an example right now, but I love taking devil's advocate spot just to make a good conversation. I love it, but never on something like that. Like, I feel like that's just not a topic you even touch. Exactly. And that's me and most of my European friends. Most of my friends, like David said, we completely disagree on gun stuff. But the way I was raised leads me to believe there is a safe environment with guns. Where people hunt, and no one's getting shot. But that doesn't exist in the rest of the world. And I'm aware of that. And that's the problem. I don't have a solution. But we can still be friends. Can you debate with children? Oh, I love debating with children. I would argue that you teach them and then have an informative talk that immunizes them to aggressive stances. Ooh, I mean, my stepdad taught me this when I was really young. He taught me that if people raise their voice during a conversation that escalates the conversation, their point no longer matters, and they know they've lost if their voice raises. And so when people start to yell if I'm talking to them, I back the fuck off really fast. I won't even continue the conversation. I grew up in a very, very violent household, though. I would have loved to be taught how to actually deal with that. Like, people that literally scream as a weapon. The problem is the definition of racism, bigotry, etc. If you say these things are hard stop to any discussion, you need to be honest about what actual racism is. Well, that's the thing. Some people, like... It's really hard for me to come up with an example today for some reason. My brain is just, like, fucking empty. I agree. Some people don't even realize they're being racist when they're being racist, in which case I would love to have a discussion with you. It doesn't mean I'm going to change their mind, but at least they're enlightened to the fact that not everyone thinks what they're saying is okay. Perhaps because they have a different vernacular or a different accent, or they come from a different part of the world where one word means one thing in their part of the world and it means something here. Yeah, I want to be called out anytime, any place if I ever say anything bad like that. Exactly. Exactly, but you guys know me, like, we're pretty close. A lot of us have known each other for years. Some people also think they're being racist when they're not being racist. This is true. There are some people, or, you know, that go way over the other way. I enjoy being the devil's advocate at times. However, there's something different about ignoring facts from debating concepts. Exactly. Yep. I love spicy chat, and no one's been mean to each other. Amazing. What other place in the world can you find where adults can just have a conversation and not be degrading? I love you guys. Seriously, you are valued. It's really not common, and my mods and I mean, have worked hard to harbor this. It's important, because these kind of conversations are stuff that, like, these are the kind of things we need to talk about. Like, my mom still thought it was okay to say coloreds. I had to have a very dark conversation with her, and she understands. She doesn't agree with me, but she does not use the word out loud anymore. At least I did that. Hello, UFO. Seriously. It's the game, Sean. We're playing this awesome game, but we got into a serious talk, so I backed off. Because, you know. But the game's still up. We're still going to play. I'm definitely streaming late today, because I started way late. We're not banning everyone we don't agree with? Fuck. Barring, you know. You know. Lilac Diesel, shut up. Are you smoking it? Viata, is it amazing? I named one of my spiders Lilac Diesel. I'm not even kidding you. Do you love it? It's my favorite. It's so good. In South Africa, there's a group of people who identify as that word. And if that's what you want to do, that's up to you. But, like, it makes me feel icky. I have a lot of friends in Baltimore who use the N-word prolifically amongst one another. Am I going to tell them to stop because of my sensibilities? Abso-fucking-lutely not. That being said, if they come and visit my family in Seattle, I'm going to have to be like, lay off the vernaculars. Because you'll get shot here. You know? When you're, you know, it's like, does that make sense? Oh my god, Foe is probably trying to beat it for 30, like, can Foe do it in 30 seconds? We don't know. Rub it. Didn't we decide rub one out? Self-loving. That's our gender neutral. Self-loving. Lilac Diesel is, oh, it's yummy, isn't it? It's so smooth. It's a really smooth strain and really high THC. Five times in 20 seconds? I'm not that fast, man. I'd learned that when I was in my early 20s in a psychology class that most people are pretty solid in their routines and personality by the age of 30. Getting your mom to at least not say it out loud without a near-death experience is excellent work. That's how I see it, too. Seriously. I see the same. Like, that was a huge win. Huge win. Now we're just working on her admitting that she did do blackface one time. She dressed up as Michael Jackson in like the early 80s, late 70s or whatever, when it wasn't considered bad because she didn't live around anyone black. Still working on that one. Did you know that Illinois has passed a law about reproductive health services called the Texas Bill? Shut the fuck up. Expanding reproductive health services. Oh, thank fuck. Oh, thank fuck. Oh my God, I thought this was going to go the other way, Sarah. I was about to vomit on the mic. Oh my God. The Texas Bill expanding reproductive health services and extending those protections to people who travel here from out of state seeking services. Illinois. Fucking wiping the floor. That's beautiful. That's beautifully done. That is just... I think Colorado kind of did the same thing. We didn't pass a Texas bill. That's fucking amazing. The shade is just soaking into my dark soul and I'm eating it up. But I think Colorado, anybody that comes over the state lines in our state, we protect them as well. Integration and diversity talks are so important when thinking in us-them terms because it opens the debate on what's okay and what is not okay, especially with kids. Oh my God, Crossbase, so you're a teacher. Sarah, my friend up road to the past, she's a little kid teacher too. I have a lot of friends that are teachers. I love you guys. You are the fucking superheroes of the country. But I have the best story. So I was over at Scott and Bree's house. Scott and Bree are our one local friends. They actually owned our house before we bought it. And they have two children. And at this time, I believe they were 8 and I want to say 10, 8 and 10. And the 10-year-old, the oldest one, is sitting at one side of the table. And I think this is like maybe the first time I ever met them. Is 10 small? More like 10 and 19. Yeah, he's about 10. So the smallest you hang out with. He's about 10. And I think this is the first time I ever went over to their house and met them in person. They knew who I was. Their parents let us watch my channel with supervision as long as I'm not being totally foul. And so they knew who I was, but they'd never met me. And so we had already like met and like we were hanging out and playing. They were showing me the garden and we go inside to sit down to dinner. And the oldest kid, who's about 10, I think he's about 10 or 11, is sitting at one end of the table and he looks at me and he goes, "So Katie, do you like racism?" I'm sorry, my face can't stay straight. I have the worst poker face. He said it with the most flat, like concerned, like, "Do you like racism?" Like the most serious little kid face, right? And his parents were about to jump in, but like, I have 8 siblings. Like, I'm good. I got experience with kids. And I was like, actually, I'm kind of anti-racism. And he was like, really? Because he'd never heard that term before. He was kind of like, what do you mean by that? And I was like, well, I just choose not to socialize with people who are into racism or, you know, do racist stuff because I think it's kind of icky to make other people feel icky, right? And we totally broke it down, and it was like one of the coolest conversations I've ever had with a kid. Kids' brains, God, I wish I would have been a teacher. I don't know if I would have lasted. I probably would have cracked at a certain point, but they are so amazing the way they logically think of things. And then he like broke it down. He's like, I don't know why people would treat each other different just because they're tan. Like he was totally logical about it at like 9 or 10. It's crazy. No, I don't like racism. But you can't just say that. Like, I didn't want to laugh at him. Because laughing at him would have been the worst. He would have never felt okay asking someone about that again. And I want him to feel okay. It should be okay to ask that. It should be okay to approach people and be like, that was racist. I don't want him to be afraid to ask questions. And so, like, I was trying so fucking hard to not laugh. And we had a really real conversation. But I wanted to laugh and pee my pants so fucking bad. So bad. Though that doesn't happen too often. Thank you for that resub, love. We're almost at 9 months, which is our child. I haven't been able to catch stream in a while. No worries, honey. Definitely not in the positive mindset today, so I'm happy to be around you beautiful creatures. Oh my gosh, Sky, we're talking about how freaking cool kids are and like how amazing their brains are. That's literally what we're talking about. I think kids are so cool. I don't want any, but I love to hang out with my friends' kids. I don't hate kids at all. So if you don't want to talk to a kid, do you go, I like racism? No, I do have a go-to, though, when I don't want to talk to a kid. Oh, my God. What was it? Hold on. I'll figure it out. I taught Scott's kids. Where were we? We were somewhere where the kids kept getting approached by salespeople. It was really weird. And a lot of them were religious. And I was like, okay, if people approach you, just say, I'm Catholic, and run away. Or start coughing really hard into your elbow. And they did. And it was beautiful. And it worked. And no one was hurt. The kind of people on Tinder should disclose if they like racisms. I'm saying, maybe we as adults should use that as an opener. Dude, David, did I ever tell you how I actually dated a guy who, like, 3 dates in, I realized I went to his place and saw the swastika on the wall? Took me 3 dates. 3, like, hangouts, whatever you want to call it. I've never dated. Hangouts. I have never walked faster in my life the other direction. Ever. I walked home miles. That was scary. I had no idea. No clue. He liked all the same music as me. Tool, Nine Inch Nails. He had beautiful seafoam green eyes and black eyelashes. It was a curse. Ugh. Counter questions are always best with topics that just make me want to laugh out loud because of the craziness. It's amazing. Their brain is going... I mean, their brain, I imagine, is like fireworks. And that's what they're trying to spit out of their mouth. That's why they're like... You met a dude that was like that? I mean, most people aren't really open about it. It was a bad time. It was a bad time. Mostly I was just disgusted that for some reason he was attracted to me. What did I put off that said white supremacy? So I immediately went and had lots of promiscuous sex with 3 black men that I was friends with. Just kidding. Or am I? Hey, I don't know. What is that? Ooh. Ooh. God damn, you're smart. I'm going to use that next time. What is that to you? Oh, God. Kids are great. That's going to be a good one. You're welcome, Squeaky. I'm here for you. This is why seeing people's home is a good thing before... Yes. Uh-huh. GOT political. Game of Thrones? Or got political? Like, Rage literally is based on politics. Like, they've been political since the moment they were born, I think. But also Game of Thrones politics. Whoa. Imagine getting your period and just, like, burning the city. I didn't have a foursome. It was at different times. Oh, my gosh. Good Lord. I'm not that. That's not one of the things I'm into. I don't have that many holes. Most metal's political or love songs. Yeah, literally that's why they formed. That was like the language I was trying to form in my head, but birth came out first. Mad Mart, no. I don't think anybody cares about my sexual conquests or my past, really. I don't much, even. Oh, I saw that. They didn't like them because they got political. That's kind of hilarious. Maybe they like... What? Someone mentioned a person not... Oh, yeah, I saw that too. was reaction to, it's like a guy who hated Rage because it got political. Sky said that? Sky, what did you like? How did you approach that conversation? The most intelligent children have legit no opinions ever. They look up all the available info on a topic and then debate. Oh my god. That gets me so horny in like a brain way. That makes me so happy. I've always been very thankful to my mom for everything she did. The one thing she ingrained in us is there's never a stupid question, ever. And like, I went into medicine and worked in hospitals, which thank fuck I took that with me, because you don't ask a question, you're unsure, you end up killing somebody, you know? It ain't no fucking game. But I truly believe some of the smartest kids I've ever met, they're why kids. Why? Figure it out with them. If you don't know, like, get a book. How do you like earbuds versus headphones? The earbuds are 1,000 times better. I honestly think something like anatomical is different about my head that makes it so I just cannot wear headphones. Any amount of time, I like instantly get a headache, whether it's from pressure right here at the crown of my head or if it's pressure on my jaw. Like if I wear headphones that are a oblong shape, they press on my jaw right here and I get a jaw ache. If I wear headphones that are too tight on the side of my head, if it touches my temples, I immediately get a migraine. I'm just like, my head's broken. I don't know. I was stepped on by a horse when I was like 12. He shattered my jaw and my collarbone. And my doctor thinks that when my head hit the boulder, maybe it jumbled it around and something's going on that causes migraines. I don't know. I'm okay. Like, nothing's going on. But like, these, if you want, I can grab the box for them. They're called Campfire Audio. These are expensive. These are like these are audiophile type headphones, but Campfire Audio has a much more affordable option. They're like $200, and I believe they're called the Setsumas. I have a Dave. Did this here? Yeah. No, it didn't work. And it bled a lot, and the piercer even told me, ooh, when they bleed, that means they're really gonna work. I still get migraines. You're very welcome, Hectos. I'm always here to help, man. Migraines are the worst thing in the entire world. The only stupid question is the one never asked. Absolutely, but I agree. It's pretty hard to embarrass me. I wasn't raised to feel shame about anything. I don't really have a shame button. He's not going to visit the Redwoods. That's a long drive from where he's at. If he's in Anaheim, it's a piercing. Yeah, the daith is just the part of your ear. So if you look at my ear, the daith is literally this like crook of your ear right here. This piece. And I have just a little ring in there. That's considered your daith. And apparently there's a nerve they hit that's supposed to prevent migraines. Mine went in the opposite direction with me, or maybe was my mom's doing, but they instilled a fuckload of shame. Oh, you weren't born to feel shame. Everybody's so wrapped up in their own shit. They're not thinking anything about you, unless they love you. No shame or guilt. The only person that can really guilt me is my mom, but that's the Catholic shit. Honestly, David, like that's the Catholic bull schnaggle. It's stuck in my brain. Like that's what hardwires guilt in. I can make myself feel guilty and vomit. Like it's dumb. But shame, why? Once you figure out that you have no control over other people whatsoever, all you can control is your own actions. They have full control over most of what comes out of their mouth, and they do. You're pretty much free. Just know your audience. I wouldn't talk about taking it in the butt in the middle of a Starbucks. Well, maybe. I don't really like Starbucks. In the middle of a Dunkin'. But, you know. Speaking of wisdom.
Fohammer_419 tipped $5. CK, my dream is to get lathered up in butter all over my body and if someone be in full rainbow body paint strap heavy thick dildos to their breasts and beat me with their rainbow dick titties while telling me what a good butter churn girl I am. Woo.
Please write a book. I will illustrate it for free. No royalties. Write a book. For fuck's sake. My sweet butter churning girl. Is that what it was? I'm gonna call you that forever. I hope you realize that. God damn it. Was it sweet butter churning girl? God damn it. You are a master. Foe is a poet. She doesn't know it. I love you so much. My where is it? Where is it? Butter churn. That's what made it good. My butter churn girl. It's gonna happen for you. I feel it. I could nickname Zoe as butter churn girl in chat. But then I might like forget and then not know Foe's here, and then Foe will scare me with alerts. Butter churn girl. It's beautiful. I'm gonna read it for everyone that missed it. CK, my dream is to get lathered up in butter all over my body and have someone be in full rainbow body paint, strap heavy, thick dildos to their breasts, and beat me with their rainbow dick titties while telling me what a good butter churn girl I am. Ooh woo. Oh, I love you. God, you're great. I'm the same with feeling guilty. If I did something wrong, I apologize and it's forgiven. No more guilt. And if I don't think I did something wrong, but someone else thinks I did, well, sounds like their problem. Why would I feel guilty about that? Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I just. Thank you. There's a fucking fruit fly in here. I'm gonna murder it. English, I've been told, so all I do is I mimic my friend Amelia Tyler. I think she was in chat really early this morning. I've spent so many hours with her, I mimic her, quite literally. And she has told me that her accent is described as London RP. Ah, David, I'm telling you. Oh my god, I will illustrate it. Amelia reads it. Stop it. They have new content and they haven't even fully released the game yet. I haven't even played because it's not fully released. They said they're still going to wipe it. What the fuck? They're fucking with me. I own the game. I bought it the day it came out. But I don't want to play it because they're going to wipe it. I'm going to get him with my orc teeth. We need to take a break. I can't wait to play Baldur's Gate 3. It's been in my library since the day it came out. I am going to wait. Of course I would. I feel like it's doing a disservice to the game. Because honestly, like, I'm the type of person, I don't really like to replay content over and over. Not this type of game. This type of game is different. But games like that. And if I play half the game and then they wipe my characters, I'm highly likely not going to play it again. I do. Wait. Let's take a quick break, Princess, because I got to pee. And then I'll load a fresh bowl for you. I bought it because of Amelia, too. I mean, of course I would. She's my friend. Like, I'll buy any game she narrates. Like, I'm supporting a friend. But Baldur's Gate 1 was the first video game I ever played in my life. I have, like, a really weird nostalgia with it. It was the first PC game I ever played by myself, like, in my basement. I was a little kid, like, figuring it out by myself. Like, I felt good. I think I was, like, young, 12. 13 maybe. Oh, it was wonderful. I mean, it was like, God, it was crack. It was such a beautiful game. I mean, they still are, but exactly what David said. B3's not going anywhere, and neither is Millie. Squeaky, no worries, honey. My ringtone's creepy, and I forgot that's what it's set to. That's just how Larian does it. They take a lot of feedback in EA, but if you don't want to be part of the feedback, don't play the early access and just wait. Yep, that's what I do. I used to do that in ESO. You know, they have the PTS server and shit, but I felt like I was working for free. Freak time! I gotta pee really bad, guys. And then when we come back, we can continue talking, because I love talking, but we're gonna continue with this amazing game. Because I want to play it. And I'm gonna load a bowl because I owe Princess a hit. But Princess Punker deserves a full bowl because fuck that. I'll be right back. The mailman. We even have a door sign that says, "We work from home, please don't knock." Bastard. I've gotten a new big tattoo. I'm still working on it though. It's probably gonna be like 3, maybe 4, probably three total sittings with a touch-up. I love tattoos. You know, little black dress, my body actually rejects surface piercings. I'm kind of like, I had an eyebrow piercing. I had my belly button pierced multiple times. The back of my neck, they migrate. Like, my body moves them. It tries to heal around them or push them out. It's really weird. I've been told many times by doctors and dentists I heal really fast. Hold on, Viata. Don't. If you've already cheers, that's fine. I owe Princess a fresh bowl hit. I promise. I just wanted to top it off because that was not a very nice
Did you
hit.
take your joy today?
But
Never
my
forget
body
to take your joy, and I guarantee your day will go as smooth
is
as
telling me
velvet.
no. No. I have to tear apart the big bud, guys. It's happening. Ooh, Myron getting fancy. Right, little black dress. I'm the same. Like, there are a lot of body mods I'm not a fan of. I just don't think they're attractive. But I would never tell that person. Like, as far as I'm concerned, my tattoos and piercings are so I like looking at myself in the mirror, not so anybody else does. Look at the size of that bud. I'm like a makeup. This is the... I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't bring the packaging. This is a Local Love mint gelato chip. And it's really sick and really big. And it fucking smells like some cleaner from under my desk. I mean, the sink. Homemade pickles? Ooh, dude, I've heard they're really easy, actually. Like, a lot of people pickle at home. Oh, now it looks like a Christmas tree. Excuse me. Oops. I'm trying to be delicate. I don't want to lose pieces. Grinding up weed on my St. Jude Play Live mat just seems weird. Feels odd. Should it? Oh my god, Copper Queen, what did you get? Oh my god, tell me the species you got. Did you post pictures in the spider Discord? No pressure, but I'd love to see. I'm so excited for you. I'm spreading the spider love. It's happening. Spiders are the coolest shit ever! I get it. Some spiders are really hard to get pictures of, but I would love to see the enclosure and stuff. I have to catch up on all day. Yeah, you do, Viata. Jesus. Just kidding. Don't hurt yourself, but for real. Not that you're gonna fucking hurt yourself with weed. Vex! I love her. The goth look seems natural on you. Do I look like a goth? You know what's funny is when I was like in middle school, I wore the same navy blue sweatshirt every day because I was growing boobs and was ashamed of them. And I used to get asked all the time by the bullies, "Are you goth?" I didn't even know what it was, but I think it is like my inner demons. I also have a really cool an anatomical heart on my shirt.
Welcome to the classroom.
3 months of X cheese file, you fucking angel dick. Bitch. Thank you for gifting that sub to Vex. Vex, continue. Dark hair. I like my hair darker. Yeah. I have like really, really olivey skin. And when my hair's light colored, it like, I don't know, washes me out. Whatever that means. It makes my skin look funny. The cool aunt that's into witchcraft, crystal healing, and lets you do the cool stuff. That's exactly who I want to be. I want to be the cool aunt to all my friends' kids. So like when they like go to a party without telling their parents and it's a dangerous situation, but they're not comfortable calling their parents, they can call me at any time of the night because I don't have kids and I will come get them. Yeah, I'm going to tell their parents they went to a fucking party, but I'm going to get them home safe and I'm not going to make them feel bad. Like that's who I want to be, but also crystals and healing and witchcraft. A straight knee? Oh my god. I have a straight knee. Wait, did you get like a Phonopelma Simani? My mom was that aunt. My mom, she wasn't ever home. Like she was definitely if she was home, but what my mom did to literally survive. We moved to Eastern Washington, and then my mom and dad realized, oh, when you move to where everything's cheap, you're not going to get paid very well. So my mom would drive to Seattle, like 7 hours, and work for like 8 days, and then come home for 10 days. Or no, 6 days. Go back for 8 days, come home for 6 days. And that's what she did for years. So she was just like never there, so I didn't really count on calling her to pick me up anywhere. I got in a really bad car accident when the year I got my fucking license, I got in a bad car accident, wasn't drinking or anything. I was going on gravel back roads, and I was following a buddy of mine that had a huge truck, and he was kicking up a shit ton of dirt, so I didn't see a turn in time. By the way, I had a fucking Subaru Outback, and my tires locked up. That was shitty. But I went down a huge ravine, flipped the car over, like a boulder ripped the top of the car off, and according to the cop, when he came the next morning, there was like a dead tree that was like an inch from impaling my windshield and just going through my skull. Scary. Funny fact, though, the kid riding with me was not my friend. I was just giving him a ride to this guy's house. It was like a Bible study movie party or something. I had a crush on one of the guys there. It's nothing. And his name was Chad. But I did not know him. So I was just like, Chad, are you okay? We were both wearing our seatbelts. We were fine. But the fact that his name was Chad was just incredible. It was crazy. That was a crazy car accident. That was scary. And that story though. So I had to call my stepdad because my mom was never home. And my stepdad he's an alcoholic who does not currently drink. He's a dry alcoholic right now. But like, alcoholics, they say that you're never not an alcoholic. If he drinks, he drinks. Like he will drink an entire bottle of wild turkey and pee all over my Nana's bed. It's a bad situation. And so my parents made this rule that he could drink on the weekends, and it was a weekend night. And I called him, and I don't know why he didn't tell me, but I had like this was crazy. So I was in this little Subaru, and I had the Nokia brick cell phone. Like all it had was Snake on it. There was no texting or anything. This music is so fitting for this. But the phone fucking survived the crash, which was incredible. Like went in a creek and still was fine. And I called my stepdad. And I was like, Dad, I fucking wrecked my car. And he's like, all right, kid, I'll be there in a half hour or whatever. Because I was way out in the sticks. We lived in the sticks, too. But everywhere in Eastern Washington takes you an hour to get there because there's not very many roads. There's like one road to get everywhere. So, like, an hour goes by, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? Like, where is my stepdad? Like, one of the guys stood with me in the middle of the night by my wrecked car. So I call my stepdad again, which I had to walk a mile up the road to get reception to call him. So I walk all the fucking way up the road and call him again. And he goes, kid, I've been drinking. There ain't no way I'm getting in a car right now. Which I totally respect him for. I was so fucking embarrassed to tell my friend that at the time. my friend had to give me a ride home and not go to this video party. I was very upset. But, like, what a dude. I hang with Chad all day. Bible study Chad, I know. But the guy going, I don't even remember his name. He was really cute. I was horny. What are you gonna do? A Subaru. Dude, I was pissed. Like, my parents, like, I worked before I got my license because, long story short, I got expelled in 8th grade for alcohol. So I had to wait an extra amount of time to get my license anyways. So I got a job, and then my mom would drop me off at my job. So I saved up all this money to buy a used Subaru Outback because I thought that my dad was like, yeah, you won't. Like, you'll survive anything. That thing will go on the back roads because every road in Eastern Washington is a fucking back road. Locked tires down a ravine. Terrifying. Hi, a newbie. How you doing, honey bean? DJ! How you doing, daddy? Dude, he has my respect too. Like, my dad, he actually has a brother who killed someone driving drunk one time when they were in high school. So I think that cracks him down. But he's still, I mean, once you have a problem with alcohol, I think most people accept, like, you just have a problem with alcohol forever. Even if you're not drinking, like, you could be an alcoholic again. But he doesn't drink anymore, I don't think. Not so much. Which is fantastic. A newbie, I'm doing really good. We're playing an amazing game that David got me, and I just loaded a beautiful bowl of marijuana. Same with drugs, exactly. Yep. Oh my god, Vex. It's so much fun. It's like, I'm just gonna show you. It's really fun. I can already tell. Like, I could tell by the first 15 minutes, I was like, David, how dare you buy this for me? This is crack now. Let us cheers, homies. 426. For the central people, I should have said. And you know, Cross, I've always been very aware of myself for that reason. And extremely thankful that I hate everything that all my family gets addicted to. Because my family, like, genetic-wise, like, my genetic family, extended family and shit, if they don't do drugs, they live until they're 100 years old. But the vast majority of them all die from alcoholism or otherwise. My dad was an alcoholic. His dad was an alcoholic. All dead. So when I was younger, I made a very conscious decision to stay the fuck away from anything people get addicted to. In college, I fucked around with alcohol, but I've never liked it. I don't like alcohol. Wait, come on.
Welcome to the class hall.
I wonder whose amazing voice that is amongst the raid. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome one of my favorite classy hosts in the world, Megan Lenius. How you doing, B? Hello, friends. Welcome. We're playing a really, really fun game, but we got into serious talk, so of course here I am smoking pot and talking. As usual, please follow my friend Megan Lenius. Yes, she is the artist who composed a lot of our alerts, including the one you just heard. And she has, like, a new song out. It's like a couple weeks, I think it's like a week old, maybe? She's an amazing musician. I think weed isn't a chemical addiction. I think it can be a, what's like the routine addiction. It's like more the routine of it. Habitual addiction, yeah. No, actually, absolutely. I think it's a habitual addiction. Because I miss you, Megan. Are you going to go to TwitchCon EU? Please tell me yes. For me, I know it's absolutely a habitual addiction. Because, like, for instance, if I want to take a tea break, but there is marijuana in the house, and I see a bong, I will grab it and smoke the weed. It's part of my habit. But if there's no weed in my house and I clean all my bongs and put them away, I don't even think about it. It's not like I feel like it's missing from my day or anything. It's out of sight, out of mind. I just go about my day without it. It's very bizarre, but I can do it easily. And maybe that's just me though. It's like playing mind games on myself, but I've never craved marijuana at all. Tea breaks suck. But if you keep it just out of sight, out of mind, it's kind of, that's how I lost weight too, though. It might just be me. But seriously, when I got kind of heavy in college because I got really depressed, I just stopped. I'm the type of person where if there's junk food in the house or high calorie foods that aren't good for me, I will eat them. So I just don't have them in the house. Too lazy to go get them. Oh, yes! I hope you do, Megan. I know, that's me too. Like, it's if I have the funds to go, I really, really want to. Oh, the video comes out today? Stop it. Why do you taunt me like this? I'm saving that. See, and that's a lot of people smoke medicinally. I do not. I just smoke because it helps me sit still. It helps me not feel like I need to jump up to the next thing. But whenever I like travel, I think you know this, David. I've said this before, but whenever I travel, like when I went to Thailand and Singapore and all those places, I don't smoke at all. It's not part of my trip. I don't seek it out. I'm not looking for drug dealers or anything. I don't bring it. I don't have it. And I consider those my big tea breaks. And they never make me feel shitty at all. Like, I never feel any different. I don't get stomach aches or headaches or anything without it. The only downside is when I get home, I forget that I've now taken 23 days off smoking weed, and I try to hit a bowl like I do every day. And I get uncontrollably high to where I just lay on the floor and consciously breathe for 3 hours. That's the only downside. Oh, Megan, abso-fucking-lutely. That's not even... Is that even a question? Yes. Oh my God. Lyme disease is one of the most undiagnosed diseases, I think, especially in women for some reason. Me too. It just keeps me kind of grounded, but it's not bad without it. It's not like... I don't get, like, irritable or, like, sit there like, oh, man, I just fucking need weed. It's more like, if it's there, I get just excited, like, ooh, look, pot! But I've never, yeah. But maybe some people do. I know there is a symptom. I think Sit Lee told me about it one time. He sent me an article where some people can smoke too much weed and get nauseous. It's like an cannabis in there, whatever. I don't know. Look at that vein. Boom, boom. I shall name it Titus. Dude, Megan, abso-fucking-lutely. I'm a try everything twice kind of girl. Is it cannabis saturate? I don't remember. There's a word for it, but you can get really sick. And it's just like, it's not from one session of smoking too much. It's like it builds up in your system over time. And it's just way too much. I don't actually smoke an insane amount of weed. Like, on my days off, maybe one bowl. I just nurse one bowl all day. I just like to stay a little stoned. I never get myself, like, obliterated. But even when I drank alcohol, I wasn't like that. I've never wanted to black out. That's never been my goal. Pull that out of your butt? Dude, your butt is hot. Almost like my dad's encyclopedia collection. Scromiting? Is that literally what it is? See, on shrooms, you don't hallucinate in the way that movies present hallucination. At least I never have. That being said, again, I don't overdo it on things. I never do. If it's a decimal up or down, I'll always go down. You know, I don't want to be too high. I never have wanted to be. I have an addictive nature. Luckily, never anything that's really harmful to me, but a big part of it was always this idea: the addition gave me access to a state of mind I didn't have access to on my own. Ooh, I like that. These cheeseburgers are going to send me into hibernation. You're going to have such an amazing poop. Yeah, I may or may not have hypothetically messed around with shrooms in my younger years, and I never hallucinated the way movies present it. For me, it would just make the edges of things shiny or fuzzy, like sparkly kind of. It would almost put when your TV back in the day would do the white and black static, it would put that around things sometimes. One thing I would always get is if I turn my head fast, my brain and my eyes went really way slower than my head did. It more fucked with, I think, time and movement for me than anything. But everybody's different. Brains are extremely complex. Don't ever take my experience and apply it to yourself. Everybody's going to be different. Don't do drugs. Oh, you were drunk too. See, that's the worst. I know people that have smoked weed for the first time when they're drunk, crunking it, and they just puke uncontrollably, and I feel so bad. I wish I could be everybody's weed Sherpa in a safe fucking environment with people you trust. Oh my God, Vex. Did I ever tell you that story? This was, God, this was a long time ago. But, a dude went to his friend's, a party, just like a small group of friends. We're gonna play Guitar Hero or whatever, right? And his friends, who all imbibed in marijuana, but he did not because he was involved in boxing at the college and got drug tested, they thought it would be really funny to put out a plate of weed cookies. And him unknowingly, unbeknownst to poor boxer man, ate the entire fucking plate. And he got so scared. I mean, I can let you guys just put the picture together, right? A scared boxer high out of his mind. He boxed every single person at the party to the floor and did not get in trouble at all. They all got felonies for poisoning him. Some sort of, I don't remember what the actual thing was, but they poisoned him. It was horrible. How dare you? What the fuck? Like, will he die? Absolutely not. Probably wanted to die. I love Ted. Ted 2. I've only seen Ted 2 like once, I think. And I think I might have fallen asleep. Instant karma return. Dude, can you even fucking imagine that house? Better than a pro boxer. A guy who wants to be a pro boxer, so he tries harder. It's like college ball versus NFL. He probably thought he was dying. Yeah, like, but I can't even fathom poisoning someone like that. Like, that is not a way to get someone to try pot for the first time, for fuck's sake. Right? Or anything. Like, any mind-altering substance, ever. It absolutely is wrong. 100%. It is so wrong to give people drugs without them knowing. Period. You should never give people things to ingest without them knowing what the fuck it is. Like, we shouldn't even have to say that. These were adults. Hi, Hufflepuff. How are you, love? You never dose anyone without their knowledge or consent, because if you do, it will not only ruin the trust they have in you, but legit could be damaging. Abso-fucking-lutely. There have been people who, like, my mom told me this horrible story. A friend of hers, this happened. He got dosed at a party with acid. Thank you, Glut. He got dosed with a very small microdose of acid, but he ended up jumping off the roof and killing himself. Like, he was so scared. Like, that's the kind of shit that can happen. Not necessarily the drug's gonna kill you. Like, you should never do that. Or that's worst case scenario, but never dose somebody. Holy fuck. And what a waste of pot. Hello. Drugs are expensive. Jesus fuck. So a friend called... Wait. A so-called friend of mine wanted me out of the way as I'd previously met two girls in a nightclub. What? That's disgusting, Mad Mart. That's disgusting. Don't roofie people. Oh my god. You know some kids nowadays are taking Rufalin, like, what's the word? Recreationally, so when they get raped, they can't test for Rufalin in your system because you've got Rufalin in your system from taking it recreationally. Oh my god, Mega Manta. Dude, I finally... It's not my favorite show in the world, but I've been wanting to finish it. I binged all of Big Bang Theory, and it wasn't the best show I've ever seen in the world. However, the last episode had me crying for an hour straight. And I already want to rewatch it because I feel like I lost all my friends. A whole bunch of Facebook scare tactic misinfo about people giving edibles. Dude, there's so much of that bullshit about Halloween candy. Has anyone ever personally known someone, like, you know someone you've seen face to face, you looked at them and they told you they ate poison candy or poison razor blades, or razor bladed candy ever? No. I've never. That is such a fear-mongering bullshit. Like, can it happen? Yeah. Does it happen often enough to cancel Halloween? I had a bitch in high school give me weed she laced with rat poison? First off, I'm really happy you're alive. I went to beat her ass the next day, and she was going to yell for the police officer. I was like, when the cop asks why I'm beating your ass, what are you going to tell him? Because I'm going to tell him you gave out. I mean, she poisoned you. Not dirty weed. She maliciously poisoned you. We live in a society. I mean, imagine in this economy. It takes a lot of people to make a world, my dudes, but try to be the kind that leaves behind a positive feeling. That's insane. Yep, I remember it too, Soul Bear. It was still going on in the 90s because it was happening. My mom was still weird about our candy. She would go through it. The Batman trailer? Stop it. I bet it has music so I can't watch it on stream, motherfuckers. I'm writing it down, though. Salvage bar.
Thanks for that soul in those 6 months, bitch. Continue being a consensual motherfucker.
You know, Holland, we have kits here you can buy to test your own drugs, but I don't think a lot of people taking hardcore drugs care. It's usually people taking party drugs. They can test them. Because I know a friend of mine, she bought, I believe it was cocaine, and imbibed it that night and was pretty positive it was not cocaine anymore. And the next day they took what was left over and tested it, and it was part meth, or like mostly meth. I know we have them now. We have kids. For the candy she wanted to steal, my brothers would do that. They take all the good shit. Bastards. It's just got movie music. I can still... It's like the studio will hit me. Those big studios. Does it have any, like, licenses under the video? If so, I'll DMCA strike. Their asses. They ruin all the fun. Is it a good trailer without telling me spoilers? Should I be excited? It's a proper lab. How hard is it to get your drugs tested? Like, is it like a grocery store? Like, you can just walk in and hand them a piece of X and be like, yo, can you check if that's clean so I can go get fucked up? It's darn good. Oh, I'm excited. It's okay, Vex. I'm overly cautious. I have 0 strikes. I have 0 anything. I knock on wood. I've never been in trouble, and I'd like to keep it that way. I don't want no nonsense. Twitch has been good to me. I want to be good. But it does suck. I fucking hate all of it. You walk in, hand it to them, they test it, and hand back what's left. Do they take a lot? That's awesome, for one thing. I was just curious if it was fast, because that's honestly, like... I hate that I'm American, but I am born and raised, and we're lazy. They wouldn't wait, you know? That's a good system, though. That's awesome. I know in parts of... on the West Coast, like in Seattle and Oregon... and I think parts of California, they now have, there's a fucking fruit fly again. They have safe injection sites where people who are addicted to heroin and whatnot, who do not want to get hepatitis and don't want to spread those diseases, they can go, and there are nurses who do a very clean injection and give you, like, clean needles and stuff. And a lot of people try to close it down all the time because they're like, you're encouraging heroin. I'm like, yeah, it probably looks really cool rolling up to that tent in the middle of downtown Seattle. Sure. Freaking fruit fly, I know I hate him. There's just one. Little bastard. I'll kill him. I agree, Vex. We can clean them up. We can regulate them. We can make sure they're not laced with scary drugs like fucking rat poison. Eliminate drug dealers out of the equation. People are going to do drugs no matter what, whether they want to or not. It's kind of like abortions. Women will get abortions, whether they're legal or not. It's whether they're safe or not. The war on drugs was a fail. It's still a fail. The needle exchange in our town is no questions asked needle drop off. They definitely have that in Seattle. I know that. We've had that for years. The clean injection site's a new thing, which I think is pretty cool. Honestly, I just want them to, I think decriminalizing drugs, cleaning them up, regulating them, will remove the stigma. So those people there's a lot of people who get accidentally addicted to heroin because a doctor gave them a huge prescription of painkillers when they broke their ankle and just cut them off. And if you get cut off of any painkiller like that, you're going to go into withdrawals. You're going to get cold and sweaty, and you're going to puke and shake, and you're going to feel disgusting. And someone rolls up to you from high school you've known since kindergarten and says, I can help you, and hands you a substance. Now you're hooked on heroin. It's horrible. Like, it's a sick cycle. But if you remove the stigma, people will ask for help more often. I hope. That's my theory, I think. Please. Because I think a lot of people just, like, wallow in sadness because they're so scared to ask. They don't want to be labeled as a drug addict, you know? I would inform myself enough to make sure I at least stay hygienic. You would think. They wouldn't have to hide, exactly. Like, I watched some interviewer, and he was talking about how he was against homeless people having housing, which, just so you guys know my opinion, if you're a human, you deserve a fucking warm bed, a warm meal, and a roof over your head, period. Just for being born here, you get that. In my opinion. I don't care what you're addicted to or what you do for a living. You get to have a home. But these people don't agree. And their excuse was, well, a lot of these people are on drugs. And it's just because their drugs weren't prescribed by a doctor doesn't mean you're better than them. I'm sorry. Like, I think that's gross. You're human. You deserve a fucking house. Half those people probably do drugs because they're freezing at night and they're trying to get warm or not feel it. For fuck's sake. People treat you weird. They absolutely do. It's the same as being, someone who was molested or raped. A lot of women will never tell you that ever happened to them because they don't want you to think of them as delicate or fragile or, like, you can't say certain things around them. Like, that's a huge stigma still to this day. People are terrified to tell people. My bestie's ex-husband shattered his neck in a motorcycle accident. When they divorced, he choked her to get the pills she tried to take away. Whoa. Drugs, man. Not even once. I've been on painkillers and stuff for various broken bones. I hate them. I despise the way you feel. I hate feeling loopy. Weed has never made me lose my conscious thought. Whereas, like, alcohol and painkillers, I start to lose my train of thought, and I hate that feeling a lot. I know it's, like, my controlling nature, but I don't like it. That's why he's the ex. Abso-fucking-lutely. I assumed. Holland, what's scary is you can get the addictive shit over the counter. NSAIDs are a great example. I bet in your country you cannot buy an NSAID over the counter. You probably have to get it prescribed because they are horrific for your kidneys and liver. Like, the way your body has to process NSAIDs, which is like Aleve for those of us in America. Aleve is an NSAID. Anything that's a muscle relaxer, those destroy your kidneys with overuse. Literally, I have an ulcer the size of a quarter because of them. We can't get antibiotics without a prescription. That's still the same here. Weed was introduced to us as a gateway drug because it's relatively safer with higher doses, while other drugs are not the same. I still think the whole term of gateway drug, though, like, I've never been smoking pot and been like, sure wish I would had something else. But again, I don't think there's, like, a chemical component to marijuana addiction. It's the habit and the just wanting to feel relaxed. But there's not, like, that crave, like that icky, there's no side effect. I've never vomited or gotten a migraine from stopping pot. Like, I don't feel shitty in the morning when I wake up. No hangover. I'm fine. On my days off, I usually don't smoke till like 1 p.m. or something, just because I'm out doing stuff. Dude, Princess, have you ever seen that quote? I think it was Bill Murray said, the most dangerous thing about weed in the U.S. is being caught with it. People separate alcohol from being a drug. It's just because it's legal. It's the same with prescription drugs. They look down on someone on heroin, but they pop 3 oxys a day because they hurt their back in a job years ago. And it's like, you're both addicted, but they're on an illegal one that's dirty and probably injecting with a 3-year-old needle because they don't have any money. You have a nice job with insurance. Like, it's just the stigma. It's gross. We need to remove the stigma and remove that gross, like, prejudice against that. I legit couldn't pee once while having the urge. Oh my God. That made my butthole clench so tight. I can't imagine not being able to pee. my heart. Soul Bear, dude, I grew up around alcoholics, which was bad, but also I don't want to drink. But like addiction, you can't ever shame someone for an addiction. It's the same with overeating, obesity. Anyone that gets, grotesque, like actually morbidly obese, not just BMI morbidly obese, but morbidly obese, that's an addiction. That is a mental component. Abso-fucking-lutely. How can you say it's not? And how can you ever shame someone for something wrong going on in their head? Like, you and I know we ain't got no control going over what's... Catherine, I always call it Catherine. Catherine's what's going on up there that I ride the ride. I try to, like, guide the train tracks, but what are you going to do? Over the cost of EpiPens? Ew. To my fridge. Weed is a gateway drug to... me not cleaning the house 3 times a day. So, I'll let you guys judge whether that's good or bad. Someone in college told me, hey man, you should try shrooms. And I was like, dude, I'm 285 pounds, decent descendant of Viking berserkers. If I can't keep control, who's gonna stop me? Thank you so much for realizing that as a person. There is nothing scarier to me than a big Viking dude at a party who has gotten drunk and angry. I was raised with the angry drunks, and they are scary motherfuckers. You put your weed in there. Oh, the working out addiction. Oh my gosh. What is that? Orthorexia? Oof. There's a lot of stars these days, like famous people who get into orthorexia, but no one will say anything because they look and they're doing so many healthy things, but they weigh 90 pounds, and it's like... Oh, I want to say something so bad because, like, your body just eats your heart. Literally, it eats your heart. Your body will just feed off your heart. You get to a certain point and your body's going to go, okay, heart time. Like, only the very low dosage ibuprofen you can get over the counter. High dosages in prescription only. Yeah. That's, I think, what's the highest you can buy in the States? You can get higher in Canada. In Canada, you can get Tylenol with codeine in it. They call them 222s. We may or may not have driven up to Canada to buy them for my cramps once in a while. Dude, right, Punker? Oh my god, did I tell you what my mom said? I don't think she was being malicious. It was an off comment. Bless her heart. We were out to dinner the first night they came, and we got onion rings, and I was just fucking piling them away because I only eat once a day, and I was starving. And she's on some diet, of course. She's always on a diet. She made a comment about it, and I was like, I'm pretty happy just, like, eating whatever I want to eat. I just eat whatever I want all the time. And she goes, it shows. And I was like... I'm in a healthy BMI range, cunt. Even though BMI is bullshit, FYI. This might be dissenting opinion here. We love those, David. You know that. But some of the things that worry me is when people tell me that they need to be high to deal with their anxiety or to function. You need to see a doctor if that's true. I kind of feel like self-medication isn't a good idea and there's something else that needs to be dealt with. Absolutely. Yes. That's when it becomes a problem. What we say in the States is usually what we were taught in medical school is if you can't function throughout your day and do your normal everyday activities without that substance, you have a problem. And you need to see a doctor. Because there are medications that can help you not need that substance. Abso-fucking-lutely. Or therapy or something. Which comment? Oh, yeah, I know. It'll haunt me forever. Diets don't work. No, they're not real. They're not real. Listen to your body. The invasive treatment is that you have to leave the hospital way too early in the U.S. because it's so expensive. Oh my God, tell me about it. The amount of times I lied so my patient could have an extra night in the ICU. Everybody does it. They push them way too fast. To be fair, my marijuana use, if fully known and endorsed by every GP that I've ever had since I started using it, because it may be illegal, but I don't want interactions. And you don't, right? Sorry, I was rereading it. You don't have any interactions, right? Like negative ones? On RX weed? I think most people on RX weed listen to their body. I don't know anybody who smokes just for the sake of smoking. Most of the people I know who smoke for pain and stuff, they don't smoke if they don't have pain. What if the difference between needing neurological medications to function versus marijuana? What is the difference? I think it's different for everybody. I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist by any means. I hit that point myself. I can tell you my personal story. I quite literally broke down in a bathtub fully clothed in California, called my mom on the phone because I thought I was dying. I had a sore tooth, and I thought I had a tumor, an infected, pus-filled tumor going to my brain and killing me. And it was quite literally, I had gotten to this point of anxiety, of cortisol overload that my brain snapped. And I remember watching myself be crazy, and I could do nothing about it. I describe it as I was here. Back here. Watching me. I couldn't do anything about it. Like, I would stream and just spontaneously start to cry for no reason. And then I'd get really angry, and I'd start slamming my fists on my desk because I couldn't stop crying, but I didn't know why I was crying. It was really bad. I lost a ton of weight. Like, food had no taste to me. I had no, like, nothing. My favorite food in the world tasted like mush. Like, that was the weirdest. I couldn't taste anything anymore. No, it wasn't COVID. This was years ago. Yeah, I lost a shit ton of weight, like, unnaturally fast. And I was just vibrating. And this is just me personally. I'm bipolar, OCD, ADD, ADHD, whatever the fuck you want to call it these days. But I was literally vibrating. And when I went to my doctor, he said he could see sweat just rolling off my face, and it was the middle of the winter. It was February. It was in February of Maryland, which is like 0 degrees, if not negative. And I was just sweating and shaking because my anxiety, like, had overblown. And it was out of control. I was out of control. And so that was when I started going to therapy and stuff. And I could smoke as much weed as I wanted, and I was still the same. I still felt the same. I still acted exactly the same. Everything was the same. I was shaking and sweating and not able to eat. That being said, I've been smoking pot since I was 11 years old. Don't do that. Therapy is the number one. Therapy and Lexapro saved my fucking life. The combination. So what Lexapro does, or gabapentin, what an SSRI does, is it blocks the metabolizers of serotonin. So I use this example a lot, but it tends to work. So in your brain, you have metabolizers that are meant to eat the serotonin that is released in your brain when you do something fun, i.e. eat good food, masturbate, go on a roller coaster, whatever gets you off, releases serotonin. That's why you do it. You keep doing it because your body releases serotonin when you do it. So we have a bunch of metabolizers, right? And our body eats it up because if you have too much free-floating serotonin in your bloodstream, you can get something called serotonin syndrome. I won't go into, but it's really dangerous and it's really bad for you. So you have metabolizers. This is a normal process in your brain, right? So this was serotonin. So let's say you take Lexapro and you've taken it for about 6 to 8 weeks. What Lexapro is doing for that 6 to 8 weeks, because that's how long it takes for your dosage to like fully affect you, is it is effectively clogging the metabolizers up. So when I do something that makes me happy, i.e. eating, masturbating, buying a tarantula, and I release serotonin, I don't have as many metabolizers. So my serotonin gets to free float a little bit longer. Because one of the defining characteristics of a manic personality bipolar person is they don't make enough serotonin, and so we tend to be thrill-seeking personalities that do really stupid activities because naturally we're just seeking happy. We're just seeking a serotonin hit. But some people take it like really wild, you know. I would, go spend $500 at Joann's and make a quilt in a day. Some people buy an island. I don't go that far. But the way THC works in your system and CBD is completely different, and I am not a scientist of those things, so I could not even start. However, give me 1 second. There is an amazing video. It's Neil deGrasse Tyson interviews the marijuana scientist, experimental neuroscientist woman in the US. And it's a really good talk. I'd love to give it to you if you want to wait a minute. I'll find it. Yeah, the problem with THC and CBD is Yael brings up a really good point. The problem with THC is that the government still has it listed as a level 1 narcotic, which means it's deadly. It's like heroin. They're saying it's the same as heroin and meth. And because of that, scientists are not allowed to even study cannabis over like 1% THC. And you guys know the weed I buy is 29% THC. They can't study anything until recently, which you'll hear about in this talk if you watch it. I'll give you guys the link. She talks about how just this year the government let up on THC because so many states are legalizing it recreationally. So just in 2022, are scientists able to legally run tests to figure out what the fuck is this doing to me? Yeah. That's the problem. The same problem with like LSD and any of those hallucinogenics. They're considered a level 1 still. So medicine isn't even allowed to experiment and see if they work for people with PTSD. Like any experiments that have happened have been illegal or in other countries because the US has this some rule around level 1 and they won't change any of it. It's really stupid. I don't know the specifics. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone here knows more than me, please. I'm not a professional. I just read a lot of shit. But I'd love to find this talk for you because it's really good. It is way past my time, but I'm glad we hung out extra because this is good talks. I would love to continue playing this game tomorrow with you guys. This game is so good. Like, I'm sad we didn't play more, but there's tomorrow. I have nothing planned, and it's really good. It is Vex. It's It's willful ignorance, which is weird. I mean, when you tell me that you could potentially help someone who's been suffering from PTSD from serving our country for years, if you could help them sleep at night, why would you say no? I don't have PTSD, but I have friends who do, and I would chop my leg off to help them sleep. You know? Hi, Valen. How are you, love? It's got to be I mean, I can't even fathom. I cannot fathom. Tomorrow I should be live by, what's Sunday? 7 a.m. East Coast time, right? No, wait. East Coast ahead of me. 9 a.m. East Coast time, right? I hate it. 8 a.m. my time. 8 a.m. Mountain time. You guys figure it out. 8 a.m. Mountain time. This morning our internet went out. That was the only reason. Hopefully it doesn't go out. I am Mountain Time. I am 8. I always forget. Am I 2 hours from the East Coast or the West Coast? I'm 2 hours from the... Which one? West Coast. No. East Coast. I hate time zones so much. 8 a.m. my time. I'm sorry. Mark, I told you to put it on ice. You were the one who insisted in keeping it on the living room. I love having talks like this. I mean, if I love just chatting all day, I'd do it. West Coast is 3 p.m. Okay, so they're an hour for me. Okay. So if I'm live, it's 10 a.m. East Coast time, right? If I'm live at 8 a.m. my time. Is Mountain Time in Canada the same as U.S. Mountain Time? Yes, because I think it all goes longitudes, right? Yep. Okay, let me find that link for you guys, because if you have time, it's really cool. Like, she's very down to earth, you know? She's, like, wearing a band t-shirt or something, but she's, like, a neuroscientist. Oh, ooh, Lima, I haven't got to read her in forever. Is she been live for a while, or is she just go live? Like, is she going to be on for a while? I hate rating people that are going to go on live. I feel so bad. What? Oh, yeah, we should totally. Don't tell her. If any of you tell her, I will... I don't know. My mods will think of something cruel to do. They're better at it. Neil deGrasse. Does anyone else say words terribly in their head just to spell them out? Like Wednesday? I do it for a lot of words because I'm a terrible speller. Vile, you would never. You can't even tease. I'll come for you. 8 for Central, 10 for Eastern. Thank you. I've lived on all the coasts literally while being a streamer. Like in the last 7 years, I've lived on all those coasts. And so my brain is like, I don't know where I am anymore. I'm in a mountain. That's it. That's all I know. I think it's cannabis. What does he call it? Cannabis or marijuana? Boom! So her name is Dr. Stacy Gruber. If you want to look up the scientist he talks with, I'll give this to you guys. The talk is literally 40 minutes. There's no way I would stream that, but I encourage you all to watch it because it's real good. You're going to twist all of my nipples? Stop it. Universal time. What is universal time? What would that be? The time to time? Yes. I wouldn't stream it. You guys are good. Go watch it on your own. It's 40 minutes. Like, it's a long talk. But she's very, like, matter of fact. Like, she doesn't lie. She's not just pro-weed. She does smoke weed, but she's not just like, you know, oh, all these people that say it's bad for you. She talks about everything. And I love people like that. I don't like people that are biased. 1 a.m. GMT. Is it 1 a.m. GMT? I should just go by GMT. People will be like, where the fuck do you live? Hogwarts, motherfucker. I noticed you're part of the Coven group, but have you ever seen a Coven in real life? What's a Coven? I don't know what you're talking about. Bats? I love bats. They're so cool. Bats are like magical creatures, dude. But they have rabies, so don't touch them. You're better off touching a spider. I know that's sick, but it's true. I'm trying to pull up Safi's channel, guys. Don't worry, I'm getting there. Meant to be a group of white witches. Is it white witches? Why do they have to be white? Half my family doesn't even think I'm white. Is what we normally use to figure out time zones because it works everywhere. Yeah, see, that's the problem with the US is like our time zones are fucky. Like you don't even really know when you're crossing them unless your phone changes. Oh, a group of bats is a colony. Did you know a group of crows? You probably all know this, but a group of crows is a murder, and I think that's really cool. If you didn't know, you're welcome. America thinks America's the center of the world. Oh, but we're #1 in everything, princess. Didn't you know? Everything. Math, science, babies. What is there? A bunch of owls is a parliament. Stop it. That's precious. A parliament of owls. That's really cute. I love that. A group of ravens is an unkindness. I love unkindnesses. But a group of rattlesnakes is a conga. Seriously. So if they were in line, could we literally say conga line? That's amazing. The collective noun for unicorns is a blessing. So gay. What about Pegasuses? That's my favorite. I've always been very pro Pegasus. Like, why choose a horn when you can fly? But that's just me. That's just me. Where is Safi? Safi! Found her. Yeah, but I want the wings. They look epic. I do not want a dick on my head. No. I never have, though. Geese gaggle is great. I love that. A fuckery of mods. A hunger of mods. A waddle of penguins. Is that real? Cute. I love that. I still think a parliament of owls, and they're very dumb. I think I've read that owls are one of the most like kind of dumb birds out there. They're beautiful, elegant, not very much up there. A romp of otters. Stop. That's amazing. All right, guys, we're gonna raid my girl Safi. She's an amazing role player. She is also a medical professional who will tell you off. Let me see. What do I want to raid her with? Let's do a fucking class hole. I haven't got to flash my juicy hole in a while. And boy, is she drippy. Are they portrayed as smart? Always. Like, they're the symbol of wisdom. But they're, like... But they're precious. Tevin, we're literally about to raid my friend Safi. Because I have gone way over. But we were having such good talks. Like, I'm never one to cut a talk. But we're going to continue tomorrow with same game. Same everything. I'm excited. Thank you, Boyfruit, for gifting me this. Which I'm absolutely making a new game and playing after stream. Thank you for my new crack. Yes. Have you ever seen baby owls sleep? They sleep on their face, like face down, legs out. It's precious. Go Google it. I will be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Mountain Time, 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Bye. I hate time zones. They're kind of dumb. What the fuck? Goo!